Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Bang, bang, bang. You're with the Cryptolifer. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day out there in the crypto space, man. Welcome to this beautiful Friday. I'm feeling great. Are you feeling great? Are you pumped up to be alive, baby? Man, I feel good. I ripped it up. I was working out today. Alpha male beating my chest, and I don't care about who thinks about it. I love this life. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. It's Friday. We should feel free. We should feel fun. We should feel motivated. We should be ready to go. We had a great screen share last night. We made gains in our sleep. We're going to talk about that, how we made gains out the market, even though Bitcoin was booming. All I said was turn the audio up to the upside. Again, I did everything I could, redid the mixer, did everything I could, and it still did something funny. So now the audio is still something. Hold on. We'll recycle. Okay, I recycled there, and we should be good to go. Volume is really low, brother. Volume should be the highest it ever has been. This happens every time at the screen share. No bird, man. The workout made you miss the Powell. It's all good, man. We were here 10 a.m. ready to go. But look at this. Watch live. I hit watch live, and there was no live. Like, they lied. You know, isn't that kind of weird? Watch live, and there was no live there. You had to go to CNBC to see it. You know what I mean? Like, what's that all about? Right? So you look at Powell speaks, right? 10 a.m. What is he saying here? Hold on. Let's bring this music down.
Readings for July are certainly welcome. A single month's improvement falls far short of what the committee will need to see before we are confident that inflation is moving down.
He can't rate low inflation, everybody. I've told you this.
We are moving our policy stance purposefully to a level that will be sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2%. At our most recent meeting in July, the FOMC raised the target range for the federal funds rate to 2.25% to 2.5%, which is in the summary of economic projections range of estimates of where the federal funds rate is projected to settle in the longer run. In current circumstances, with inflation running far above 2% and the labor market extremely tight, estimates of longer run neutral are not a place to pause or stop.
Oh, come on.
July's increase in the target range was the second 75 basis point
increase. This guy has no idea what he's talking about.
And I said then that another unusually large increase could be appropriate at our next meeting. We are now about halfway through the intermeeting period. Our decision at the September meeting will depend on the totality of the incoming data and the evolving outlook. At some point, as the stance of monetary policy tightens further, it likely will become appropriate to slow the pace of increases.
That's bullish.
Restoring price stability will likely require maintaining a restrictive policy
stance.
I'm
going to tell you right now, he cannot restore price. He has to act like he can, so when it all crumbles, he can say he did the best he could. Now, if he pulls back and says, we need to reset the system doesn't work, then they're going to say, well, what have you been doing all these other times? Why have you been lying to us? He's lied so much that now he has no choice but to continue to lie. You get it?
For some time. The historical record cautions strongly against prematurely loosening policy.
Yep.
Committee participants' most recent individual projections from the June SEP showed the median federal funds rate running slightly below 4% through the end of 2023. Participants will update their projections at the September meeting. Our monetary policy deliberations and decisions build on what we've learned about inflation dynamics.
On inflation. Look what he just said. Build on what we've learned about inflation dynamics. They haven't learned anything because they aren't able to stop it. So that is mumbo jumbo right there. That's just a bunch of words.
Both from the high and volatile inflation of the 1970s and 1980s and from the low and stable inflation of the last quarter century. And in particular, we're drawing on three important lessons that I'll highlight. The first lesson is that central banks can and should take responsibility for delivering low and stable inflation.
Okay.
It may seem strange now that central bankers and others once needed convincing on these two fronts. But as former Chairman Ben Bernanke has shown, both propositions were widely questioned during the Great Inflation period. Today, we regard these questions as settled. Our responsibility to deliver price stability is unconditional.
He can't. They have been manipulating the markets for 5,000 years. Now they turned money printing into interest rates. The reason I got into Bitcoin is because of people like this.
It is true that the current high inflation is a global phenomenon.
I will run for president off of this man's horrible words. Like, people will vote for me when I point out what he's done for 10 years. People are going to see the light. The truth will come out 5 to 20 years from now. It'll take time, but the truth will come out, everybody. You must stay focused. You must know math. Math can't be lied to. You know, men lie, women lie, but math doesn't lie.
Phenomenon. And that many economies around the world face inflation as high or higher than seen here in the United States. It's also true, in my view, that the current high inflation in the United States is the product of strong demand and constrained supply, and that the Fed's tools work principally on aggregate demand.
The Fed's tools. They shouldn't have any tools. Let the free market find out where the interest rate wants to lie.
None of this diminishes the Federal Reserve's responsibility to carry out our assigned task of achieving price stability. There is clearly a job to do in moderating demand to better align with supply. We are committed to doing that job. The second lesson is that the public's expectations about future inflation can play an important role in setting the path of inflation over time. Today, by many measures, longer-term inflation expectations appear to remain well anchored. That is broadly true of surveys of households, businesses and forecasters, and of
well anchored
market-based measures as well.
Are we talking about boats, Jerome? Are we talking about inflation, my man?
But
we're not in the harbor, bro.
That is not grounds for complacency, with inflation having run well above our goal for some time.
Dude, you never had a goal because you never had a way to stop inflation. Stop lying. This is getting me so crazy.
If the public expects that inflation...
I just don't like liars, man. They get under my skin a lot. Like, they're the worst. I don't like a liar and a thief. Two worst people I hate in my life is a liar and a thief. You know, even if he feels like he's stuck in a position, like, the man is just, man, he's got no spine.
Will remain low and stable over time. Then, absent major shocks, it likely will. Unfortunately, the same is true of expectations of high and volatile inflation. During the 1970s, as inflation climbed, the anticipation of high inflation became entrenched in the economic decision-making of businesses and households. The more inflation rose, the more people came to expect it to remain high, and they built that belief into wage and price decisions. As former Chairman Paul Volcker put it at the height of the Great Inflation in 1979, inflation feeds in part on itself, so part of the job...
Yo, we had inflation in 1979, and in 1979, you could have studied the history of money, and the history of money would have told you that by 2021, the government of the United States was going to continue to print money. The history of money will tell you that governments are greedy, that the people in power just want to keep pleasing the people that voted for them. They're going to, quote unquote, kick the can down the road. No one's ever going to say, no. I can't give these people what I ran on, because that's going to put us into debt. And then he's going to tell the people, listen, I know I told you I was going to give you a new fire station. I know I was going to do all these things, but we don't have the money. We need to save and rebuild. We don't have it. And, you know, you would lose most of the constituents that believe in you, and you probably would lose office. So most people have to keep perpetuating the lie and put us further into debt, because that's the only way they're going to maintain their position in which they got people to vote for them for. You see what I'm saying? This is important.
Returning to a more stable and more productive economy.
So in 1979, I knew that he was going to be on here and on August 26, 2002, saying, now I wasn't alive then, but once I figured out what was going on late, in the mid 2000s, in 2010 and 12, I knew that he would be here on these days, saying these same things. So if I knew he was going to be here saying these same things, and now he's saying them, I know exactly what's going on, because he's playing right into my prediction from 10 years ago. I knew the government was going to keep printing money. I knew Bitcoin was going to go from $500 all the way to some crazy number. Once I found Bitcoin at $500, and I really studied it, and I saw the halving, and I saw what was going on, I knew there was no way it wouldn't hit $500,000 at one point in his life. Like, it may take 5 to 10 years, but Bitcoin will continuously become the greatest asset in the world. I knew this 5-6 years ago, right? And everything that I planned out is coming into fruition now. I started a YouTube channel when no one really cared about Bitcoin at 8,000, 6,000. I knew it was going to go to 20K. I knew it was going to go up to 50, 60K. I knew it in my heart and soul. Like, I did the math. I had studied the history of money throughout 5,000 years. I was a financial historian. I put my life and soul into this. And so I was expecting him to say these things. I was expecting for the interest rate to try to clamp down on the inflation. I was expecting inflation. When they were telling us it was 8%, it was really 13%. They're still lying to you about the actual inflation numbers. They're not real at all. They're like 16, 17, 18%. They're not 8 or 9. It's insane. And never mind the derivatives market. Never mind the repo market, which he's not going to discuss right now, and how the repo market was this close in September of 2021 of collapsing completely. The repo market is the exchange rate between big banks. They have to lend each other money overnight to be able to do large financial transactions. For instance, a Barclays wants to borrow $400 billion. Now, in order to borrow $400 billion from, like, let's say an IMF or maybe a smaller bank like another bank, Bank of Scotland, the Bank of Scotland has to have 10% on the balance sheet. But when it gives that money away, it's got nothing. So it borrows from the Federal Reserve at an overnight repo rate, so it can then give out the other money out. Then that money comes back in, then they repay the Federal Reserve. Banks were starting to get afraid that they weren't going to be able to pay each other back. So banks started raising the interest rate so high because they had to make the risk higher on the other team to be able to take the money out. It almost clamped down the entire financial system. Then the Fed came in and started basically pouring money into the repo market. This is insane. Then they started paying banks, okay, to hold their funds at the Federal Reserve. They could park their funds at the Federal Reserve and get paid an interest rate for it. So why would they lend you the money? Dude, it got crazy. So then the only people at the top were able to get to the money. Inflation hurts the people that get to the money last. The people that get to the money first, they can get through that first little hit of inflation, but they get it, they take the loan out, they buy the properties, boom. They also take that money and put it right into hard assets and then leave you with the paper money. This is crazy what's going on right now. It's not fair, it's not right. I am here to fight for the little man. I am here to protect you. For the rest of my life, I'll show up every single day to make sure that the parasitic banking community does not suck the life and blood out of you and your family.
Inflationary expectations.
Fed days get me passionate. I get upset. My mother and father have paid enough in inflationary debt. Enough is enough. They've taken enough from my family. Enough is enough. It's time. It's time. The Constitution stays strong. It's time the Federal Reserve get regulated properly or get rid of it completely. Like, abolish the Federal Reserve, in my humble opinion.
Full insight into how actual inflation may affect expectations about its future path is based in the concept of rational inattention. When inflation is persistently high.
Everybody's watching right now, but we have 660 people on the live, 260 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers, please? Every single time I ask for this, I wish I never even had to say a word. I wish you just came up. You said, wow, he's up here every day. My obligation is to watch and hit that like button. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. You're going to help other people get educated. Right now, we're educating people on what's happening in finance.
Households and businesses must pay close attention and incorporate inflation into their economic decisions. When inflation is low and stable, they are freer to focus their attention elsewhere.
Oh, come on.
Former Chairman Alan Greenspan put it this way. For all practical purposes, price stability means that expected changes...
What is this, a book? On thoughts and processes? Like, come on, man.
...in the average price level are small enough
this guy sickens me.
enough that they do not materially enter business and household financial decisions. Of course, inflation has just about everyone's attention right now, which highlights a particular risk today.
I can't stand liars. I don't like liars and thieves. I can't stand them. If you're willing to lie, then what else are you willing to do? Who are you?
The longer the current bout of high inflation continues,
and don't worry, the second this is over, we only have 2 more minutes, and then we're on to the charts. So don't worry, we're almost done with this.
The chance that expectations of higher inflation will become entrenched. And that brings me to the third lesson, which is that we must keep at it until the job is done. History shows that the employment costs of bringing down...
This guy's such a clown, yo. 2,000 years ago, inflation was coming for you. 100 years ago, it was coming for you. Dude, 50 years from now, your job will not be done. Dude, this guy doesn't make any sense. Someone give him a history book now, please. He needs to study the finance of money and see that 600 currencies through the last 5,000 years never lasted, man. What are you doing? Are you bringing us back into the dark ages? If he's not perpetuating open process, progressive thought, then what is he doing? He's degenerative. This is degenerative behavior to the overall human race. We gotta cut off the cancers, everybody. Enough is enough.
Down inflation are likely to increase with delay as high inflation becomes more entrenched in wage and price setting. The successful Volcker disinflation of the early 1980s followed multiple failed attempts to lower inflation over the previous 15 years. A lengthy period of very restrictive monetary policy was ultimately needed to stem high inflation. and to start the process of getting.
When they did that, what they did is they made this inflation was created. So when you stifle the economy, right, you first hurt people's spirits, number one. You decimate small business, number two, right? They know that the first people that's going to get hurt when they tighten are small businesses. A big business can last 5 to 10 years in a negative. You know, GE can go negative for 10 years and come back out. They're a 100-year-old company. But mom and pops that started 2 years ago, that's a negative year. That buries their whole 2 years of profits. They're done. So I don't understand, man. I don't understand why his policy has to hurt the smallest people first.
Getting inflation.
And benefit the biggest people at the top.
Down to the low and stable levels that were the norm until the spring of last year.
Nobody in Congress wants to help you until they remove the Federal Reserve. Like, that's it. Nobody, because until they do that, it's a mess.
Our aim is to avoid that outcome by acting with resolve.
We need our government to create our own form of money. No private entity can create money. This is against the Constitution.
Now. So, these lessons are guiding us as we use our tools to bring inflation down. We are taking forceful and rapid steps to moderate demand so that it comes into better alignment with supply and to keep inflation expectations anchored.
Look how he's shaking.
We will keep at it.
I can't show the video, but he is shaking. His hand,
Thank you.
He's shaking his hands. And then he like runs away. Like, he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. All right? He didn't say anything. Let's get into the charts. Let's get the music back on. Let's get it pumping. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for jumping on into the live stream. And let's get it going. I also noticed the shaking. Hey, buddy, you ever think of moving somewhere else for less taxes or other benefits? Yes, all the time. New Hampshire and Florida are my next destinations. However, the quality of life in Massachusetts is very nice. So we do pay a lot of taxes here, but we have the nicest quality of life. We have the beautiful parks. We have exceptional people here. You'll bump into someone high net worth, or not even high net worth, just they could be a professor or school teacher. They don't have to make tons of money, but they're educated. Their mind is right. There's just a really good quality of people here in the in Boston, Mass. It really is, you know. Ravel, man, it's funny you got some gains. All right, last night, if you were in my trading group, I'll show you what we did, right? I saw ETH3S because the market looked horrible, all right? And we weren't able to get above 21,800. Again, if Bitcoin cannot close a daily or 4-hour candle above 21,400, expect more downside. It's simple as that. Simple as that, all right? Yeah, that makes... Yo, Dave, know what's so weird, dude? You reminded me of the audio issue. I restarted my computer. You know, I turned off my audio mixer, and it still did the same thing. How is that possible? How is that possible? You know? I heard Boston is so left-wing, even New Yorkers call them communists. I'll be honest, I can't even... I won't comment on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just moved here from New York. I won't comment on that. Florida's amazing, but it's so hot, and 90% of the people are alcoholics. Exactly, see? The quality of life is you're going to run into high quality individuals on the Upper East Coast, you know. So look, last night we talked about this. I put this in a cup and handle for Ethereum. It looked absolutely beautiful. It was the only call that I put out before I went to bed. It banged on them for, look, 18%. We came back down and then banged back up to the upside. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So we took gains out of the market last night, 18% out of Ethereum, and I posted a few coins I was looking at. But this was the main cash grab that I thought was highly likely. Why did I think it was highly likely to play out last night? I'll tell you why. It's the hidden bullish divergence on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. What is hidden bullish divergence? Let me show you how you can make a boatload of money using divergences. You had a low here. You had a secondary low here. This swings to the upside. However, this swings to the downside. That is called. And look, you can do some cool stuff like this. Hit your settings, hit your template, hidden bullish divvy. And you can label that hidden bullish divergence, ready to go, up 18% in total. Then would kind of come back down a little bit, still holding a 9.73% gains in the most volatile day with the insane up and down of the market. So in my trading group, we took 18% out of the market last night. Yes, it wasn't 100. Yes, it wasn't 50. It wasn't our usual bam, bam, thank you, man. But we were heading into a Friday with Jerome Powell. And it was one of the tightest days ever. So, you know, we knew that we were going to be going against something hard. And we knew that if we could pull at least anything between 3 and 10%, that we would be happy. So, you know. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And, you know, I'm going to be here every single day fighting for the little guy, pushing it forward, doing the damage, you know what I'm saying? Getting it in. So we're here every single day pushing forward at the speed of light. We made 18% gains on Ethereum short. The short actually may still be in play. We're going to talk about how we track Bitcoin now. We've been through some of the craziest Bitcoin moves. We've called them as they happened, as they pumped, as they dumped. Let me break it down for you right now. So right off the bat, look, had you been in my trading group on the 15-minute, I was able to identify a slight case of Class C hidden bullish divergence. That's when the bullish divergence, this is your swing low to your next swing low to the downside. But this is swinging to the downside, but not as sharp as that. That's Class C bullish divergence. Tells you that you should get a bit of a pop. How high the pop is the question. I then saw that we were in a bit of a bear flag on the 5-minute chart, and I said, man, this bear flag's likely to break to the downside if we can't get back above the next resistance at 21,200. All right? So then, I guess people thought there could be some bullish news or something, or came back up, came back down. The ups and downs of the market have been absolutely absurd. But look, if you look at it nice and easily here, look, I'm just going to be super clean about this. We'll get rid of my moving averages so we don't have as much. So look, I'm going to get away from this divergence, but that was a divergence right there. We popped off that. I need you to understand your divergences. You must study them. I teach it in my beginner's course every day, or I call it the Lifer way. We're going to call the course the Lifer course because it is technical analysis, but it's a little bit of my special sauce. Ooh, corner of the screen out. Gross. Ugh. Production, you guys do that again, you're fired. No, I'm just... It was me. It wasn't anybody else. It was me. John, if you're listening, I want you to know I love you with all my heart, and you're one of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. Those videos I watched last night, like, they are in my heart, man. Anyway, let's take a look. Divergence cheat sheet, all right? I don't even like the word cheating because it's like weird. We shouldn't even call it a cheat sheet. But it's just what comes up when you Google it, so it's easy to find, you know? Well, look, here's your quick little sheet. And what we found here is you're going to see regular divergence, swing down to swing down. Now, they're not going to show you the different types. Here is where you can kind of see different types here, see? And you're going to see how the divergence can be slightly different depending. Look, Class B, Class C. See? See the differences here? Okay. Bullish divergence. Class C is when, like, this angle may not be as sharp, you know, or they may kind of slightly go down. Class A, B, and C. You see that? Class C divergence. All right? Understand this concept. Swinging to the downside, but look, this is flat, or it could even be, I found it could even be more. I almost want to start a new one called Class D. And Class D is when it's just like this one. This was like somewhat Class D. They were both pushing down, but this was way sharper of an angle. Whenever the angles don't match, there's something brewing. There's something brewing, all right? So as you said, if you know me, ever since we lost 21,800, I said to short the market with a stop loss at 22,000. I've been saying it every single day, hands down. Then I said if we can't get above 21,000, if a daily candle, I said this literally, I don't know how many times I said it, anyone could tell me, if a daily candle doesn't close above, right? If a daily candle doesn't close above 21,800 or a 4-hour, I said if a 4-hour or a daily candle does not close above 21,400, 21,800, expect more downside. Someone said, what do you do, Lifer? I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay in a short with a stop loss at 22K. So simple to me. If I get stopped out, it's a very small loss because I'm very close to my entry. It's a tiny loss. Nothing happens. And if I win, baby, I win big, baby. And then we got here. I said, you know, there's no reason to close the short because you just lost 21,005. I said, if you can't get back above 21,005, remain bearish. We broke down, and this is what's beautiful. How easy was this to play? I showed my team this morning. All right. This is called the VRVP. How do you add this? You type in indicators here. You type in VRVP. All right. I'm gonna break it down. What I show, the other guys, they forget, they're not as conscious, so they start doing something, they forget they didn't show you half the stuff. And you're like, but I don't even know what you're doing, dude. You didn't show me the indicator. I'm conscious, so as I move forward in the stream, I'm like, wait, there may be 100 people that have never seen me before. There may be 500 people that don't know what the VPVR is. We don't know. And so if we don't know, we must remain open-minded to teach. And so right here, I'm like, okay, I wanted to show you why this trade was very simple to make. Well, I'm not going to say it was easy because nothing's easy, but the trade was simple. All right. By using this indicator, what does this indicator mean? This indicator tells you, you know what it's like? It's like this. You're trick-or-treating at Halloween, right? You know this house has the most candy, all right? And there's a bunch of houses in between, but then there's a huge house with way more candy. And you actually know they have better candy too. So you skip all these homes because you're just not going to get that much candy, and the candy's not that good. You go right to this house after you leave this house because that's where the most liquidity is. That's where the most candy is, baby. Very similar. This is a great metaphor that I just made up. Very similar to the VRVP because right here, if you lose where the most candy is, a lemonade? Yeah. Oh, that's cool, I guess. Who did? I love lemonade, but it's lemon water with the sugar. Pointless. Should just drink the lemon water. I'm a sucker for juice and lemonade. I really am. Like, I don't eat a lot of sweets. I drink a lot of juice. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So look, the idea behind this trade was very simple. You had a rising wedge that breaks down 68% of the time, and you fell out of it. And look, resistance, and you just know your support of resistance and your VPVR. So you fell below, and you started battling the high volume node here, sticking out, the POC. Battle. Also, what's interesting is I teach my students, you made a high. Go to the 15-minute. Why is the 15-minute so accurate? Because the stochastics will come back up. And if you can't break this previous high when the stochastics come back up, they're headed down. Where do you think you're going? You're going lower. You see this? Simple stuff. Simple stuff. Okay? So this also then made an M here, and the same thing happened here. You made a high, you made a secondary little high, you couldn't get above, short the market. So when you go below a POC, a point of control, and someone would say, why is the VPVR always moving around, right? Because when you put less buys and sells on the screen, the VPVR changes. When I only do this, it's only going to take this information and give me these areas. When I keep adding more candles, it's going to find more information. It's based on a collective relative space of information. So the more information you give it, the more it has to recollect itself. So that may confuse you at first. Make sure you're putting all of the price action inside. All right. So look, we battled the POC and you couldn't get above it. Couldn't get above it. The second we couldn't get above it and the 15-minute got overbought, you short that. It's simple. Very simple. On top of it, it was also a bear pennant, and there was an M pattern inside. So it's a bear pennant with an M pattern inside. Measured move is the length of this pole, wick to wick. I found wick to wick is really how the algorithms operate. If you don't do wick to wick, you lose some of the range. I'm telling you right now. And look, that's exactly where we went. Pretty dang close. We bounced back up with a V-shaped recovery, right? And they got all these people to long thinking that the news was good. And we hit the top of the pattern, which is where that's where a lot of sells were because everybody else was sitting there at this area, right? And you probably had a lot of stop losses too. So people love to sell a previous resistance. And so you had a lot of sells right there waiting if Bitcoin came back up. That was a smart place to sit and get a sell at resistance. We came right there, got sold off again. We broke back through the pattern yet again. Now, when we were up in here, anything could change because we were inside the pattern. But we just broke the pattern yet again down to the downside. Not a good look. So we're going to zoom in here and see what's happening. So we fell through. And look, we just broke the point of control yet again. This is crazy price action. But it does say if you break a POC, you're headed likely to the downside yet again. So I showed you how that trade was made using that indicator, right? Using the areas of liquidity that were most likely to be challenged, most likely to be hit, most likely to be touched on, okay? These are simple concepts using the VPVR, stochastics RSI, and support and resistance. Throw a few patterns in there, and you're ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? A couple MACD signals and some volume, and you got all you need to bang on the market makers. You really do. You don't need $1,000 market cipher. You don't need to buy a bunch of indicators. You don't need Lux Algo. You don't need any of that stuff. All you need is a good teacher to show you the way a couple times, and then you need to practice. Like a lot of these guys out here, they teach a course for $3,000 and they compile all this information, and maybe one day I'll do it. People ask for that, I guess. If the demand is there, I'll make it. But I believe my Lifer Beginners course every single Tuesday from 3 to 5 is really all you need. You know what I'm saying? It says the first Saturday of every month, but we also do the first Saturday of every month. But every single Tuesday from 3 to 5, if you jump on in to this beginner's course, I should call it the Lifer. We're going to maybe change the name to the Lifer's course, but learn the language of the charts. I'm telling you, I was able to figure out how to short Ethereum last night. based off this concept, right? And we made money in our sleep. So if you're able to pull money out of the market, you're able to figure this out. Making sure this is working. Yep, it is. Shout out to the Super Chat 199. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for the Super Chat. Much love. Shout out to the 757 people on the live stream. 471 likes. Everybody, yesterday we had 1,000 likes. The day before we had 1,200 likes. Don't make me ask for the likes. Just do the right thing. I know you already did the right thing because you got 700 people here because you guys kept showing up and you banged on that algorithm. You get good information every day, so you want to keep coming back here. I don't lie to you. I don't BS you. I just show up every single day, honest as I can, going over the market every single moment in time. So there's nothing else I could do but be myself and keep it moving. The thing you could do for me is to hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Dear Lord, thank you for the likes that I do have. Thank you for the awesome likes that I had. 498 likes. I'm so grateful for those likes. It's very nice of each and every one of you to do that, to propel my algorithmic life forward. I live inside of an algorithm. That's my life. Some people live in a store, in an office. I live in an algorithm, right? So look, we got rejected here. We fell right back down for a massive sell-off in the market. What does this mean? What is going on? What do we do now? Well, we basically go right back to where we were. We just have to act like none of this really happened at all. And if you missed that price action, you know, we got the short, but if you missed this price action, like, come on, don't beat yourself up. That was insanity. You know, don't expect to grab scalps like that. I honestly would be happy if I'm happy I didn't touch that. That's not fun. That's not good trading. We still on the channel since August 19th, the bigger channel too. And we're going to freestyle in a second too. Let me freestyle, all right? Because this kind of changes the game a little bit. I'm going to group this up. And what you see here on this channel, you don't see on a lot of other channels. I do my TA live in front of you. Kind of break it down live in front of you so you can kind of get a gist of what I'm doing, what's going on. It's a lot. I haven't made a group in a while. So what I did is I just grouped all my drawings. One of them left outside the group. It's all right. I can remake one of those. So let's see what we have here now. And look, it is a channel for sure. You can see it now forming. We got our low range. We got our high range. Okay. We got our POC in the middle. And we got our low range. Sorry, hold on. What are you doing there? Control C, Control V, not Alt, boy. So here's our low range. Here's our high range. So our high range sits. This is nice for the mind. You should do this. Organize your charts. Get an idea, you know, just give yourself an open spaced idea, like clean your kitchen counter, you know what I mean? I was hitting Control V accidentally, Alt V. So check it. This is what we're looking at here. All right. Shout out to the 800 people on the live. Thank you so much for keeping hitting that like button. You people are doing damage to that like button. You are changing the game for me. You're making it amazing. So I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. So look, we have a low, high, low, high, low, high. Trying to come back down eventually. Can we bounce? Is the question. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour finally took the tumble. We were waiting on that 4 hour to tank. It was taking forever. The daily was like, okay, I'm going to reset and get ready. I won't mind, you know, making a new high here. So the daily's actually not too shabby. I've talked about 20,800 being extreme support on the weekly. We don't want to break that. Look at the daily. It's quite interesting. It just broke some support here that it had, but its next big, it wicked right to 21,100. That's where the last daily candle closes. That's the only support we really have right here on the daily in this little channel, okay? Being below the POC is not a good look, all right? However, there's not a lot of liquidity there to challenge to kind of go back down, you know? Lack of bearish momentum. MACD wants to turn, you know? RSI went low, is creeping low. Some would say, hey, that's just simply a higher high. You made a low, you made a high, you made a higher low, you made a higher high, you made a higher low. You did break this low, which is in question. You know, that kind of like... So to me, you're looking for the daily now to come back up on the stochastics. It could even do something like this. And just, if it makes a lower high, that's going to be a major short. You see? But if it makes a higher high, then you're looking for a retest of this area. So I'd be looking to short this area, 23,500, if we get into it and we don't end up making the previous high. All right. Okay. See that? Dude, the chat just goes crazy. I know it's nuts, but I just got the chat to go crazy. See? Whenever I use the banner, the chat goes out of control. It's amazing. And you just up the chat rate and more people came into the live stream. You people are amazing. I learned the way to trick the algo. It's so awesome. You keep a banner on the screen, you act like it's not there. You'll trick the algorithm to flipping out. It's amazing. All right, so check it out. Look. So look, we have 20,875, 21,878. We're looking at this range. Could we double bottom back to 20,800? Huge liquidity there. When I show you the weekly, this is your weekly support. Look, resistance, resistance. This is your line in the sand. 21,000, and then these last two areas here, 20,797, 20,800. See where these two candles bounced and where this wick came to? That was it. You broke that. It was likely the weekly would head back down to 19K, 19,300. You see what I mean? So that's impressive. You know what I mean? Nicely done. Yeah. Get them. I mean, the chat was out of control. Like, I hadn't seen it go that fast ever. Why can't you guys just make the chat go that fast as well? Everyone just start typing. Hey, whoa, yeah, what? Smarty did a one. I text you both. Don't be sad. So look. So that's why we bounced off 20,008, because of the weekly area here. One little chunk there too at 20,550. Wow, you guys are just, wow, it's out of control now. Oh my God. Dude, that's insane. Oh my gosh. Yo, all right. Wait. Now we're going to mess up the super chats. People are going to wild out. All right. I got to be careful what I wish for sometimes. Dude, you're going to rip us to 1,000 though. This is going to rip. The chat rate's at 104 right now, guys. Yesterday it was at 52. You guys are ripping it. Yo, 850 people on the live. Yo, keep it moving. Don't stop. No, at one point we got to control it. But dude, this is nuts. Yo, I saw. Oh my God, I love y'all. I love it. So let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Let me get back into my focus. It's fun to be fun, but let's get back into my focus. So look, 4 hours getting oversold and trying to bounce here. Stochastics are telling us, hey, and it is making, look, a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. In this trend, it is still keeping a higher low. It's hugging it, and it's hugging it. So right now we have support here for Bitcoin at 21,179. All right, we're gonna take a look at BOOKMAP too in the chance of all this insanity. Tom Crypto, shout out to everybody here, man. Shout out to the 333. Stop real quick and hit the like button. Show the best support for the TA in crypto channel on YouTube. Thank you so much, man. So you got your low range, your high range, and we're bouncing here. All right. We also saw that we broke this bigger channel. You got to kind of, that happened. That definitely happened. We were talking about that. And honestly, if the simplest way to trade this, if you looked at my simple trading, I think I have one of these. I was like, Bitcoin in the simplest form possible. Because I do a bunch of charting, right? Trying to find. I had a chart where it's like, this is just the simplest. I post Bitcoin so much that it's almost impossible, Yo, so look. Rejection by 21,008. And again, my same theory came through. If the 4-hour and the daily can't close above a 21,800, we're bearish. That's our next limit. You can't breach that. You're done. So you're looking for the 4-hour to find some place, to find some complacency, find a bottom here, find a movement that it can hold, which right now is supporting itself here at this node. All right. So you're going to attempt, if you get a bounce, you're going to attempt to break through this high volume node again. Okay? That's going to be the big deal, and that's 21,500. We're back at the same place we were all week long, which is so boring. If the bulls can't break above 21,500, expect more downside. If the bulls can't break above the POC, expect more downside. So if we attempt to get back in here and we barely retest it, expect some more downside to 20,800, and that would be a trade from the rejection of 21,004 down to 20,800. So that's on my radar. That's something I'm looking at. That's something you definitely want to be aware of, okay? It's extremely, extremely important that you're watching that, all right? Extremely important. Extremely, all right? So look, 21,276, where we're sitting at right now, is holding some type of support. We're going to zoom in now. So what we would like to see, right now there's still downward momentum. There's no reason why this couldn't continue to the downside. I want to make that clear, okay? We did get bought back up, and now we're holding a wick now. And honestly, the Fed didn't say anything bearish. They didn't really say anything bullish. They kind of just didn't say anything, which to me is somewhat bullish because you're expecting hawkish behavior. You know, let's take a look at BOOKMAP for you real quick. And let's see what's going on for BOOKMAP. Shout out to everybody here on the live on a beautiful, fantastic Friday, baby. It's Friday. You got to stay happy on a Friday, baby. And you know, how do you stay motivated every day? You work out. I did something different in my trading group today. I worked out with everybody. How did everybody like that? Did anybody work out with me? Did anybody work out with me this morning on Zoom? And should I not do that? Let me know. I work out every day from about 9:20 to 9:50, 9:55. Then I take a shower, start the countdown. I usually start the countdown and jump in the shower. I'm combing my hair and wiping the water off with the 5-minute countdown. And then I'm ready to go right as it happened. I don't want to give myself any time to think. I want to just jump right into it. The workout was dope. Yeah, I watched LOL. Would have been there. What do you guys think? Powell quoted Volcker. This is very bearish. Everybody got the message. Yeah. Jesus buys BTC. Thank you. He said he is going to get it back down to 2%, so I assume he might go to 0.75 next time. Charco brrr, which is bearish to me. I drink lemons with you. I get my 12 rounds in every day. How much did you bench? LOL. What did you do for your workout today? Next month meeting will be bearish, which means the market makers will drive up the price to draw retail in to drive it down, no? Possible. I believe what you said. Wow, that's a pretty crazy username. Robert G. I was sweating. Laura Marshall. Awesome. Who was doing the side planks with me up and over? Side planks up and over. Look, you get arms like, look at this. Look at this. You get arms like, you get definition. People see you, you know, you feel good. I'm 40, I'm 39 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm better in shape than I was when I was 29. So there's no excuses, baby. There's no excuses, all right? Let me get my face off this camera and start talking about my workout. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP real quick for you so you guys can deep dive. This also costs money. We provide you so much information every single day. If you want BOOKMAP, we have links to BOOKMAP below. If you'd like to get affiliated with Global Plus, I have the best discounts in the market through me because BOOKMAP loves me and I love them. So let's take a look here at what's happening on the liquidity zones here on the Binance futures. So you can see there's more buys being done here at 20,000, 21,000, and there's a huge buy wall here. 21,100, you know, let's open it up. Actually, it's a little spread out. 20,009, 20,008. Again, they're on that weekly support line. Huge buys. We're talking 600, 357, 565 Bitcoin, all sitting at those liquidity zones there. Huge buys. You got to love the SMB7. Shout out to the SMB7. If you don't know what mic to get, all right? If you don't know what you need to do with your life, if you're a YouTuber and you want to really make it happen, you got to go get the SMB7. All right, I should put a link to the Amazon. You know, I should do affiliate Amazon. Why not? You know, but dude, the SMB7 will change your life. Look at the sound of this mic. And don't go get that. What everyone does is there's two different ones. There's one that's like $499 and one that's like $250, the little Shure one. Don't go soft on the mini Shure one. Go get the right one. Go hard. It'll last you for years. It'll be the best thing you ever did. All right? This is it. This is this gold standard of YouTubing. Once you have this, it makes you the boss. I'm just joking around, but you got to love the SMB7. So look, they're coming back down here into the liquidity zone. That was where I showed you there was heavy weekly support. If we break that, it's bad news. But there's still a line in the sand at 20,008, 20,900. All right? First time watcher, love your energy. Hope, it's all natural. Everything is natural, baby. Yeah, there's none. I don't do Adderall. I don't do the whatever else you want to call it. Nope. I'm ready to go. I am completely sober right now. I haven't had anything but lemon water inside of my body today. I haven't even oh no, did I eat? No, I didn't even eat anything yet. I've sipped this lemonade my wife gave me, and I've drank some lemon water. I'd never eat until after the stream. I work out on an empty stomach. I fast from about 8 a.m. all the way till now. So I've been fasting too. Fasting gives you high mental focus, gives you high mental energy, all right? I've studied the mind, body, and soul, and I try to use all the things that could benefit myself to keep me going at the speed of light. So look, these are liquidations. These are where people are actually getting liquidated on the exchanges, okay? It's a big deal. Should have seen me flexing at Disney, scaring people. HM, the muscle or natural, LOL. Missed the workout today. We'll join next time for sure. Shout out to Tracy. Awesome. And it's a really good workout for men and women, everybody. I just don't want to distract anybody. People could say, hey, you shouldn't be working out in the trading group. But that's when I'm working out. So I'm like, hey, and I believe working out helps the mind. Mt. Gox will dump their Bitcoin this weekend when they receive compensation. I don't care, man. I don't think about it. You know what happened is the Mt. Gox people, they all have to answer an email. Then they have to get a little bit given to them. And so one guy's going to answer an email tomorrow, the next day, and it's going to be a slow 6-month process of slowly filtering out. It's not going to be a massive dump on the market. In my humble opinion, anything is possible, but in my humble opinion, it's not going to be a massive dump onto the market. That's just not what we're going to see, okay? It's not, I truly don't believe that's what we're going to see. Guys, everyone, you need to keep hitting that like button. If you're new, you got to keep hitting that like button. 651 likes to 831 people. That's dang near 200 people. I don't want to have the retention on Crypto Banner on all these other channels where they get 7,000 views and they get 100 likes. I don't get that. We shouldn't have that. If our channel is really growing, right, then the people that join should like the channel, right? So the likes and the viewership, in my opinion, should be matched. And I work so hard to achieve that every single day. A lot of times we have more likes than viewers. It actually goes the opposite way during the live stream. So I just want to see people learn and get you know, I'm breaking down BookMap for you right now. So what is BookMap? We're showing you where people are trying to buy and sell Bitcoin on the order book. Look, huge sells coming in right now. 21,000 is being battled. And these are liquidations. People that were longing had stop losses here, and they're getting hit. Look, 153,000. And then again, this guy had another order of 152,000. It seemed to be the same person because he put it got broken up, but two different huge liquidations of $153,000. $300,000 in liquidations right there in the last few seconds, just boom. And this is a heavy liquidation going on right now. You can see the cumulative volume delta. What is the cumulative volume delta? The CVD. And you can also find divergences on the CVD. All right? Cumulative volume delta, baby. Why would Mt. Gox people sell their Bitcoin at the lows? It doesn't make sense. They will ride it up and then sell. It won't affect the market. Shout out to David Kendall. Yeah, you've had it for years. Ben Armstrong is really, you're funny, man. Mt. Gox is FUD. Yeah, I think so too. Worked out 5:30 a.m. Been in the charts since. Shout out to Bomb Boy. That's awesome, man. Fasted cardio in the morning. Yep. Does anybody want some pigeon food? I don't eat until after 1. Could I get the pigeon, guys? Could I get the pigeon? You guys want the pigeon? If you guys want the pigeon, let me know. Someone's got to send a super chat. If I get a super chat for the pigeon, if the pigeon makes $20, he can come. You got to send the pigeon. I can see $20 in super chats for the pigeon, and he'll make an appearance. That's the only way he's coming out. It's just got to be fun, man. I don't need the money. To me, it's fun. It's just more fun to see if the pigeon can get love. You know what I'm saying? Snowy. So look, long liquidation still, but look, this is less liquidations with lower price. Tells me we could get a bounce there. 20,990. We're battling the zone here. So alert on USD. Oof. And Bitcoin heading lower, breaking this trend line now. 21,000. You see that? Ugly. Headed to the lower liquidity zone. In my mind, I don't really like this lower trend line. I kind of feel like we were doing this and we broke out. We broke down now. Wow, now we're dumping hard. Now the shorts are getting paid, baby. The short we opened up last night is in the money now, heavily in the money, you know? So how do you figure out where you're going? You need smaller time frames. Wow, right now this is tough. This is a nasty drop, everybody. There's no end in sight at the present moment because we don't even have a flag on the smaller time frames. The only thing we're making is a flag on the 30-second chart. That's all I can give you right now. What am I doing? Well, when price action moves fast to the downside, like really fast, okay, what it's doing is it is capitulating, all right? Now, what you're looking for is a divergence. Swing down, and you want the swing down not to be as sharp, all right? This is a juxtaposition between price action and the RSI. If you can see an angle that is not the same, it can produce a movement back to the upside. It also induces liquidations in a way because it's like they think that that's the bottom, so they start to long, and then they shred all the stop losses again. These stop losses get created by the first dump, people that are preemptively jumping on in. You can't be the first one. Now, you could be right if you're the first one, but you could be wrong if too many people get in. So if too many people get in, there's too much liquidity down here, the market maker is going to go get it. When he goes and gets it, So even though we don't see a flag here, it could be another bounce right back up to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if we V-shape recovery right back up again. The volatility breeds volatility. You see what I mean? So now you're looking, is this a possible shoulder ahead? And can we make a right shoulder? Can we dig our way out of this? This is the only thing I can see here on the 1 minute chart. I'm using the 1 minute to try to extrapolate some type of information. Remember, we break 20,009, 20,008. That's that weekly support, and you're likely to go to 19,300. All right? Hands down. Okay? Number one, the 4 hour still has momentum to the downside as well. All right? It hasn't stopped falling on the stochastics. They're not done yet. They're not done yet. All right? So, to me, this was the pattern that broke to the downside. You see that? It's a rising wedge that breaks down 68% of the time, and when you break the POC, you head to the bottom of the POC, 20,875. That's where we are now. It was very likely that's where we were going to go. All right? So let's take a look now. We're heavily. This is a heavy dump, massive dump. That was bearish by Volcker, right? That came in, and boom. This is our last line in the sand. All right? We break this. Where are we going? Well, you got to take this line here. This is your measured move. Your measured move is back to 18,888. All right? This is great for accumulating Bitcoin on the lows. All right? This is what I wanted. We wanted that fear and greed index to go lower and lower and lower and lower. Okay? Why is that? Because we can make money shorting the market. We made money in the E short last night. You might still be in the E short. I would have closed it because of the volatility, right? But the E short was banging on them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the 700 people on the like button. 164 of you still want to be shy of that button. Don't worry. It won't burn your hand, dude. I'm telling you. You can touch it and nothing will happen. Watch. I wish I could find a like button somewhere. Well, I got a mouse here. You just do this. You click on the mouse. Look, my finger is fine. Like nothing happened to it. I didn't break it. I didn't sprain it even. Don't worry. If you get a sprain, we have finger sprints for you. Okay? At the website, we have finger sprints. No. If you sprain your finger hitting the like button, don't worry. We have ice packs for you and splinters. We have finger splints for you. Don't worry. So if you get injured, we're there for you. All right? It may be risky. You may hurt yourself, but it may be worth it. Just hit that like button. Don't worry. We have ice packs and finger splints if you get injured. We are there for you. We will make sure you're okay. Okay? Don't worry. You can hit the like button. It's not going to kill you. All right, so look, fear and greed index here at 27, and we want this lower. When this gets into the teens, into the tens, that's when I open up my wallet. That's when I start munching on BTC and taking big old bites of it. You know what I mean? And stashing my Satoshis, getting a big old stack of them. On my way to 20 Bitcoins. Who wants 20 Bitcoins? I do. Who wants 10 Bitcoins? I do. Who here has their first Bitcoin? Maybe you don't want to admit it, but who here is on their way or has who here has one Bitcoin? Some people don't want to admit it, but who here has one Bitcoin? Some people don't want to say, but does anybody here have one Bitcoin? You know what I'm saying? Or is it your goal to own one Bitcoin? Look at my man, me. I don't even have one, baby. Working on it. I'm on my way, but not even close. I have almost 3 Bitcoin. Ooh, he's a player right there. Me, only one thus far. I'm moving towards the future. Me who has 1. My goal is 5, 4, 2.2. Me. Goal is to own numerous BTC. Yes, it is, baby. Almost. I have 16 ETH and 1.5 Bitcoins. Nice work. I have half of 1. Awesome for you. Congratulations, V. James. $30 a week, man. Roddy Robinson, you're on your way, man. I imagine I might have 1 or a few more, right? I didn't go 8 by Satoshi. Goal for 1 bitty. Gotta start somewhere. I don't even have half. Hey, you have something, don't you? There's the idea that all you need is 0.25, I have 1 Doge. I have less than 1. I will stack until I'm dead. I love this dude. Satoshi. Andy Smith, don't be fooled by a serial Vidzov. 10,000 Cardano. VZOD. What did he say? VZOD? Depends on Celsius. I have 36 Bitcoin and wow, this dude's a beast. He has 1,000 ETH. I love this guy. 20 Litecoin, 58 Litecoins. Let's get those likes up for this guy owning 10,000 Cardano, man. Shout out to Rusty in the game. S&P getting battered. Let's take a look at the ES. Yeah, I mean, this is bad. This is world markets getting collapsed. It's my line in the sand, everybody. We break this level, we're gone. And we're going to have to look at this level here now and look at what's happening in the bigger channel. All right. This is a bigger channel. Which, what do we do with that? We collapse that idea? Oh, yeah, we had this in the bigger channel. Then we have this in a bigger channel, too. This is worrisome to me. So let me zoom out. We'll look at Coinbase USD here. So look. We break 20,000. Now we can kind of position these lower. But look, we just broke 20,009. You see that? We're headed lower. Possible. The only thing that could save us here is a double bottom. You're looking for a double bottom right here for Bitcoin. This is nasty. Nasty price action. And again, I mean, the short was obvious to me, even though we had the up and down price action. The short was obvious to me when we couldn't get back above 24K, 25K even there. Every time you have a high and you just fake out the high, you're going to head lower. It's very simple. All right. Last night we called the short out for you in the weekly screen share. All right. When I post the E3S and it's the only coin I post that night, I'm trying to say something without saying something, you know? So look, probability, I'm basically saying, hey, for me, the probability is likely we are going to go to the downside. So look, our last leg for me is 20,568. That's also that last little piece on the weekly where those two candles met, right? We break that, you're very likely to come down to this next zone here. We had a bit of a bounce. Not a lot, though, of liquidity at 20,000. To me, this zone is weak. This week is way stronger. This node even sticks up a little more. So once you break this here, you're coming down to this node. You see? Because that's the furthest sticking out node is right here. So it's likely we end up in this area here at about 19,300. That's my zone I'm looking at. That's most likely where we're headed is 19,300. From there, I'll reassess. We'll look at we'll look at a bear flag, something of that nature. 4 hours still has momentum to the downside. It's not done yet. And even now, like you can just clearly see this whole channel has been devastatedly broken to the down, So there you have it. I mean, we called short. We've been short all week. I said if Bitcoin can't get above 21,800, short the market. I said it 40 times. Over and over and over and over again. Even this idea, shoulder, head, and a bit of a shoulder there. You see? These are simple concepts, knowing support. All you had to do to be able to take this market by storm was to know how to use stochastics RSI and support and resistance and patterns. Because this pattern breaks down 68% of the time, hands down. That's a shoulder, that's a head, there's a shoulder there. You can see that clear as day, right? That's a head and shoulder pattern. It doesn't have to be perfect. Measured move of that is the neckline to the head here, and we're swinging to the downside. So that also had you at hello, right? Also, when rising wedges break down, they end up at the bottom of the rising wedge. That's your liquidity zone. That's your double bottom there. Can Bitcoin put in a double bottom? We talked about this last night on the live stream. We said that would be a load up there. You see? Shout out to the 920 people on the live. 755 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would be so grateful for it. It would be amazing. I'll keep working hard every single day. I haven't taken a day off. I don't take days off. The live stream you were watching today, they took a day off in the last month. I have not. I haven't taken a day off in 580 some odd days since February of 2021. I have live streamed every single day on Christmas, on Easter, on my birthday, and I'm a twin on my sister's birthday. It didn't matter the holiday. It didn't matter where I was. It didn't matter if I was traveling, right? It doesn't matter where I went, what I did. It didn't matter, okay? So, bang, 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 Now, we're waiting for a bounce here. This is where we should get a bit of a bounce, all right? This is where we should get a bit of a bounce. And I just showed you your zones to watch in case. Take a screenshot. Write this stuff down. Where did we put that? I'll just drag this one down. 1996. I'll drag this one down. And I'm teaching you how to use the VRVP in such an easy, not an easy, but nothing's easy. I don't like, but it's in a really apparent, it's really simple to see. It's a really simplistic way to see what is happening to price action. This is a huge line. This is the weekly resistance support at 20,800. That has to hold. I've been going over it for a while now. I found it just the other day. Like, I realized how important it was. I was like, oh wow, that's a substantial line. You know, look, I mean, we had you at hello here too. You can see me drawing this line to the downside. It was a symmetrical triangle that was going to break up either way. We had you there too. And once you broke down there, you look for the bearish retest on a smaller time frame, which we got. There, bearish retest. There's a bearish retest. So now you are starting to flag out on the 5. You need a flag. You need something to go by. I'm on the 30-second chart, and we found a double bottom here on the 32nd. All right. When price action is falling really hard, you need small time frames to figure out what's going on. There's really no other way to curtail price action. So right now, you're forming a bear flag on the 30-second chart, and I have to use the 30-second to figure this out. There's really, the 1 minute isn't giving me that much data, you know? This crash is so violent and so fast, and the faster it goes, the smaller time frames you need, okay? This is key insight that I'm giving you. So look, we're going to watch this flag now on the 32nd. Now Bitcoin has resistance at 20,900. So now it's the same scenario here. If Bitcoin can't break back above 20,900, expect more downside to this range at 20,046. You break it down into little pockets in time. You find your little support and resistance areas and you watch it make its way. The price action can only do so many things. I've watched it for thousands of days in my life now. I spent hours and hours and hours doing this. So, yes, you should expect a bounce here to the top of the channel. And this is just like the 4-hour time frame. Like, learn from the 30-second and then use that data and put it on a bigger time frame. For instance, if you were looking at the daily, and this could be the daily chart, and this could have been a high, and I could say in the next few days, if we don't get back above this high, expect more downside. But this is the 30-second chart. So you could get rejected here. You might make an M there. Either way, then you're going to start to move back to the downside. You can see the bearishness. Look at that drop. Oh my gosh. People are getting liquidated. And look, we just lost weekly support. And because we lost weekly support, that's substantial. Very, very substantial. We lost weekly support right now. 20,700. Okay? And see how I need the 30-second chart. This is major sell-off. This is a major sell-off. This is intense. Dumb city. Yep. Best investment is in yourself. Yep. Some people can't stand growth, positivity. Don't worry about it, man. The new moon, which is a bear moon, tomorrow or tonight. Yep. And Bitcoin dumps on the new moon. It happens all the time. All the time. I'm going to show you the moon phases. So look, we're going to continue down here. Look at this. Look, now we see a divergence on the 30-second. There's your divergence on the 30-second chart, attempting to stop the pain. 30-second chart costs a lot of money. You need to use like the most pro plan ever. I got it, so don't worry. Cryptolifer is the best. Shout out to Scott. I love you, man. I'm waiting for the bottom of the cliff with my palm up, wallet ready for the cheap coins. New moon on the 28th. If you love baseball, you watch the whole game. If you love great food, you watch the cooking. If you love crypto, you watch price action. Shout out to Gregory Sniper. Makes my morning daily. Love you, man. What up? Shout out to everybody here on the live. We're going to get to 1,000 people on the live stream. We have to today. You guys have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. We're too close today to not hit the 1,000. You guys have to help me do it today. Please, I'm begging. 773 people. We just need 200 more people. Just hit the like button. I said, man, we have ice packs for your finger and splints in case you get injured. So don't worry. You have nothing to fear. If you hit that like button, it's okay. If you sprain your finger or something happens, we have ice packs for you. So what is there to fear but fear itself? Go for that like button. It's right there. Just go for it. Boom. You can do it, baby. 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 And you can get us to 1,000 people on the live stream. Let me motivate you to motivate me. Let's keep it moving. This is not your average YouTube stream, baby. And we have been very accurate trading. We called short on Bitcoin for 5 days straight. I did not lead any of my subscribers astray. I've been calling short since we couldn't get above 21,800. Thoughts on HBAR long-term hold? Can we see snowy? The snowy super chat came in. The snowy super chat came in, baby. I would have to leave my position. Hold on. I believe I'm home alone. It seems like ETH has been leading the way for Bitcoin. Even this ETH dumped hard at least 30 to 45 minutes before Bitcoin. Interesting. I always smash it twice for you, lifer. Thank you so much for it. 974 people, everyone. We are so close to this milestone. We've done it like 2 or 3 times to get 1,000 people on the live stream. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. I know we can do it, baby. And we shorted this market. We took that money. We're finding divergence on the 30-second chart. Can it get us back above the resistance? So now you have to sit on the smaller time frames until this stops. It's like stitching a bleed. You got to zoom in and get into the tiny little nitty-gritty and start closing up that cut. You can't see the cut. So we got some bullish divergence on the 30-second chart. Bitcoin now has extreme resistance at 20,900. It's battling this zone here. To me, it's making another little bear flag, see? Just keep flagging it out. Just keep using technical analysis. That suggests we're going to dump even more. My measured move of the bigger area is 20,484, right? Let me show you one other thing that I was going over. This is the all-time history index. We're on the 30-second chart trying to figure this out. We are in such a tight pocket of space and time right now. A lot of people don't have access to the 30-second chart, so I appreciate you coming on in here. I'm giving you data that you may not be able to see, right? And so now you have resistance here, 20,760. You can't get back above that. Expect more downside. Measured move. You know what I'm saying? I took a Bitcoin short thanks to your video this AM. Shout out to you, my man. Super chats. Thoughts on HBAR. 888 likes. I don't have that access. No, you don't, baby. No, you don't. And look, they want me to serve you an ad, and I'm not going to do it. Look, they want me to serve you an ad. Good time to insert an ad. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to give you the information you need. Hit a super chat for me not serving you an ad. Could be the nicest thing in the world, man. Thoughts on HBAR. We'll take a look at HBAR. Thank you for asking. And look, there's the short continuing. This is sketch. This is sketchy. Look, the ETH short booming. Now up 23% gains on the ETH short that I posted yesterday on the 4-hour time frame. Show me the charts, and I'll show you the news. We are banging on them to the upside. Shout out to anyone that jumped into a short last night because of the screen share. Bang, 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 bang. We make money every single day in the market. Come on now. Straight up, man. If you stay focused, if you stay humble, if you do what you have to do every single day and you're disciplined, you'll be able to take this market by storm. No matter what they do to us, no matter what they try to create, no matter what position they put us in, we can fight through. All right? Look, this is at a POC now too. A high volume node at least. Oh, let me move that back. High volume node here at least. You know? Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Lance Love. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Everyone keep hitting that like button. We only have 100 more people that could breach us to 1,000. This is huge, huge news, baby. This is huge news. You know what I'm saying? No channel's got anything on us. Right now, if you're not watching the 30-second chart and figuring out where Bitcoin is, you are not giving the news to the people. Anything else is hogwash at this point. Anything else is hogwash. If you don't know how to use the 30-second chart, if you don't know your TA, if you can't give the people, show me the charts, and I will show you the news. Anything else is hogwash. I called this short for 5 days straight. I said, if Bitcoin can't get above 21,800, short the market, short the market, short the market. If Bitcoin can't get above 21,800 on the 4-hour or the daily candle, I said it 50 times, short the market. You know, and again, and don't do what I tell you to do, but I did say what I believed in, you know? Come on, everybody. Snowy, snowy, snowy. You guys are funny, man. Appreciate you, brother. Well, I'd have to go and get snowy. That's the problem. If I go and get snowy, I got to run a little bit, you know? Flagpoles are getting smaller. That's a good sign that we may start to kind of shrink here, you know? Can we stop the pain here? Remember, there's weekly support at 20,556, okay? So we're going to get there. Happy days, guys. Happy days. Because you vibrate higher, bro. Keep vibrating. Shout out to the crypto clan. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. And if you're not going to be in a trading group and the person's going to be completely way off 100 times, like, you know, like give them a chance. And if they don't figure it out a couple times, if they're wrong, you know what I'm saying? And it's about the probability. Just play the probabilities. The probabilities are that accurate. It's that simple. You know what I mean? It really is that simple. Just play the probabilities in your favor. Look, that's a descending triangle. That breaks down most of the time. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't look good. Shout out to everybody here on the super chats. I appreciate you. $51.31 in chat revenue. People are unbelievable. 900 likes. We had 1,100 likes the other day on the live stream. So I don't know how we did it, but we did it. Been grinding to become a lifer. Your knowledge got me into shorts last night. Bless you and the lifers. Shout out to Benny Boy 07. Florida Haiti News, man. $2. Thank you so much for the $2. Bitcoin downtrend is slowly down on the 1 minute chart. Volume is way low. 1,000 like you get snowy. 1,000 likes and you get snowy. Yeah, we hit 1,000 likes. Everyone, we hit 1,000 viewers on the live stream. We did it. 1,001. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. We're getting the bounce for Bitcoin. The divergence is slightly playing out, but we have resistance right here. You could even make it like a bull rectangle here. No ads. Shout out to Rainier teaching tricks of the trade in the Discord. Rainier is the man, dude. He will hook you up. He will set you straight. He will get it done. Just dropped my buy orders for some cheaper buys on Solana, KDA, and Near. Bitcoin needs to go to 11,550. It may. Did Powell speak already? Just waking up. Oh, yes. We took care of that at the beginning of the live stream. Check Snowy. It's meme to wreck all tarps. You're so funny. Snowing. Call can a live trade. You guys are seeing. Wow. So there's the V-shaped recovery for Bitcoin back to the upside on the 30-second chart. We're pumping hard. We got to get back above 20,900 to remain bullish. That's simple as that. Can this weekly support at 20,800 hold? 20,008, in this zone. These are all wickages on smaller time frames. Wow. Bitcoin to $1 so we can all be millionaires. Yeah, right. Lifer, I joined the reading group as a beginner, and I already learned so much. I learned the trading group as a beginner. I already learned so much. I'm so happy to hear that. That's my goal. We created the greatest place on earth for someone to learn and just get that education. I work tirelessly every single day to keep you where you need to be, to push you at the speed of light, to get you going. You know what I mean? I work tirelessly every single day to keep you guys motivated, to keep you guys going mentally, to keep you guys going spiritually, to keep you guys motivated. All right? I think 19K incoming soon. Very, very possible. I got 20,500 as my next area. Once we hit that, we'll talk about it again and we'll reassess the situation. But 20,005, if you can't get back above 20,940, if you can't get back above 21K, expect more downside. And now you have resistance at 20,800. So if Bitcoin can't get back above 20,800, expect more downside. This is how you do it. I was trained properly by great mentors. I was in a trading group for 5 years, man. And I spent every day of my life in it, all the time. Now I'm in my trading group. Now I live stream every day. I have poured my life into technical analysis. I have dedicated my heart and soul to it. It's all I do every single day. I don't do anything else. My business is TA. That's my business. I'm in the business of teaching and banging on them every single day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. If you ask me, I can give free access to Bitcoin 30 seconds or even 1 second to everyone here. If you ask me, I can give free access to Bitcoin 30 second or even the 1 second to everybody here. How can you do that? Let us know. Yeah. Let me know, dude. I would love that. I'm buying a year sub to the trading group tonight after this month's sub expires. 2023 is going to be my year. Dedication, man. I love you, bro. I love that. Dude, we've had more yearly buys this week than ever. More people are buying for the year than ever. I can't believe it. So we weren't able to maintain the 1,000. But man, we got to 1,000 viewers and we're at 982 people on the live. I remember when I first had 500, I was super nervous. I couldn't handle it. I was like, what is going on? Now it's like, and I was like, man, my buddy's like, yeah, you're going to be able to do 1,000. No problem, man. You're going to be fine. I'm like, well, but I don't know, man. I went for the lemonade, okay? I went for the lemonade. Is Laura Marshall here? Is there a... Shout out to Laura Marshall. Is Laura Marshall in the building? Laura Marshall to the front. Laura Marshall to the front. Beep. Laura Marshall, are you lost in Falene's? Welcome, Alejandro. Amazing. Middle of a huge dump, and Coinbase is having connection issues. Yeah, glad I have backups. Yeah, Coinbase is always garbage for that. Always garbage for that. Every single time. Damn, man, my camera was off when we got to 1,000. I can't believe that. Trevor, welcome. What up, lifers? Pump up for the class tomorrow. 9 a.m. Appreciate you, love, man. You're a life changer. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. we teach class, everybody. I hope you do. You can sign up tomorrow at 9 a.m. for class. It's still open. We take PayPal. We take crypto. Jump on in there. Get on in. All right? Oops, sorry, wrong banner. So check it out. The first Saturday of every month, Or no, it's actually the last Saturday of every month. It's not the first. That banner's wrong, but don't worry about it. I teach class tomorrow at 9 a.m. Ready to rock. All right. Got my account back. If your phone doesn't die while you're shorting the market with Lifer at 1:30 a.m., are you really living? Shout out to Tim Pearson, man. I love you, brother. And so I personally would begin to close my shorts, or you know what, just raise the stop loss. I personally would just raise the stop loss at this point to a nice high profit zone and just see how much I can get. Love how your viewers have consistently grown since I found you. You're getting the love you deserve for the quality information. Thank you so much, man. I love you, brother. Thank you so much. 950 likes, 950 people. Everybody here likes this. Everybody here likes the content that they're getting, likes the feeling that they're feeling, like the vibe that I'm presenting. If you like the vibe that I provide, please subscribe. Man, the energy you create is the energy you withhold. Like you are your reality. Your success, if you believe in your success, you create your own success through your energy, through your vibrational spirit. I'm telling you right now. So now some signs of life. A bit of a cup and handle forming here. A bit of a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. See? Signs of life. So this is what you do now. Look. You can keep that up. You broke the resistance. See, we had resistance here. We broke above it. Now you can use that as support. So now maybe we have support at 20,008. You get it? This is also forming a flag. We can get rid of the first flag. And I'm going to start to break things down for you here. You got a shoulder, you got a head and a shoulder now that could kind of get us out of the zone. Possible. You still have heavy resistance though. You don't get above 20,941. Expect to remain bearish. All right? You're attempting to flag out here. This is how TA works. Can you break back above the resistance, or are you just going to hit it and dump on us? You know, and then you got this maybe forming. See? That's still a bear flag that could dump on you. Now, 30 seconds is going to change every 5 seconds. This is fun. I suggest if you sit on the 30 second and just keep drawing patterns as they change and move, like sit here. You could watch a movie, have the 30-second chart next to you. As things move, do them, and just watch the movie for a while, then come back and be like, oh, some more stuff, do them, and more stuff. And then watch how it plays out. You'd be so surprised and so intrigued by all the different nuances that occur. See what I'm saying? I just closed my short for good profit. Thanks to the Lifer for the short call. Paid for the Discord with today's profit. Shout out to Pastor Brandon Jorgensen. Dude, we were short. We were strong short. And last night I looked at the market. I was like, man, has to happen. You should really check out TA on Snowy. Are you serious? There really is a Snowy? Hold on. I got to go get the bird. I got to get the bird. I'm afraid I'm going to use watch. I'm going to get the bird. Here's the problem. There's two different birds. And I don't know which one this is. The other one was super friendly. I don't know if this one's friendly. I don't know if this one's friendly. I don't know if this is the same bird from yesterday. One was really nice and one wasn't so nice. I hope this is Snowy and not the other one. Are you Snowy? He looks smaller than Snowy, right? Snowy was bigger. All right, so Bitcoin now has heavy resistance sitting here at 20,800. Clear as day. We can't get above 20,800. Expect more downside, all right? I'm just going to relax and be cool with Snowy. Don't fall off my shoulder now. Could be Snowy's stunt double. Well, the lady, my wife's cousin brought two birds. So I don't know which bird it is. You know what I mean? You guys sent the $20 for Snowy, and I said if you send a super chat, I would get Snowy. No, he has a diaper on. The bird has a diaper. All right? This bird wears diapers, dude. He tried to bite me, though, hard. This bird bites harder than the other one. I'm pretty sure this is a different bird. Because this bird's in my eye now. You got to turn around. You got to get your butt out of my face, bird. It's okay. Calm down. Everything's fine. We're going to make it through this live stream. Okay. Form the shoulder. It did form the shoulder there. See that? Right shoulder on the inverted. Now can we make the measured move, which is the neckline to the head for the algorithmic move back to the upside? Can we break resistance and kind of just slow down? Now you can see that this is how we find out when the carnage stops. See, before it was just straight dumping. We couldn't even get this. We couldn't even get any type of consolidated pattern, any type of blood, stop the bleeding type of pattern. This pattern stops the bleeding. This is important. This is something we want to see. You see? Here. Turn around. Don't go on my head, dude. Just turn around. Right here. Looks so cool when he's like doing the right thing. I'll rub your chest with my head, man. Don't bite me. Don't fall. He's in my head now, and it hurts. It hurts now. Oh my God, this is insane. Okay, so 20,857. If we can't get above the zone, expect more downside. But I like this inverted head and shoulder. This is the 30-second, right? But this is how we're trying to find if the bleeding will stop. Where will the bleeding stop? You know what I'm saying? Cookie, what a rip. Dude, he's hurting my head. He's ripping into my scalp right now. He's ripping into the scalp. All right. We're going to look at the total market cap. This is super important. What happened to total? We lost $1 trillion too, and I kept saying how important that was that we held $1 trillion. And that's psychological. You break through $1 trillion and everyone's always like, man. So let's take a look at the total market cap. Okay. And if we look at the total market cap, same thing going on. We got the inverted head and shoulder there on the 30-second chart. All right. We're going to go back to the 4-hour though. We're going to take a look at what's happening. This definitely isn't Snowy. This is the other bird because Snowy kind of knew me. Snowy liked me. I don't know. Maybe it is Snowy. Snowy's on my head now though. Bird live, half-life of humans. Your herd is going to have holes in it. Your head is going to have holes in it. No, it's not. Why you say stuff like TA becoming clairvoyant. So look, that is a cup and handle. See that? And I had drawn this downside here saying we were going to get rejected and likely. I said, but can we do a double bottom? I can't get the bird off my head. Here, walk on my hand. And now he bites the shite out of me while I do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this bird off of me. Can you walk onto the keyboard, bird? Can you maybe walk onto the keyboard? Can you walk onto the keyboard? Just for a second? And then I'll put you back on my shoulder? All right. I got him back on my back. Snowy, walk over to my shoulder here, please. All right. I don't know. All right. There you go. All right. Getting him off my head has changed the game. So look, total right here is looking really nice. I like what we're seeing with total. All right, you had a bottom here at about 969. If you can get a bottom here, that's a double bottom. This is what we've been showing. We talked about this last night on my live stream. Why? Because you were overbought on the 4-hour and you couldn't get above resistance. Like, this is obvious. This is like, you learn this stuff your first year of trading. It's support and resistance 101. Previous support becomes new resistance. That was beautiful support right there. We bounced off it nicely a few times. Okay? So because we bounced off it nicely, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. And we have rejection here. Then when you get to it, it's likely going to be a rejection. So now you need a bounce. So can we bounce off $970 billion? The fact that we're holding right now is pretty nice. The 4-hour is attempting. If you look at the overall attempt though, we had our major dump down to 763, right? Which is our dump to 17K. We've risen back up, but that's still technically a higher low compared to the rest of the market, right? That's still technically a higher low. Snowy. No, that's not Snowy, right? Snowy had like a yellow beak, remember? This bird is way smaller than Snowy. Snowy was bigger. This is the other bird. This is definitely the other bird. If your crypto mentor has a live bird on his head during a bear market, it's bullish. Fed dovish, let's go buy more. I don't know if the Fed's dovish, man. You know, we have some mixed signals on that. What do you guys think? Was the Fed dovish or hawkish? You know, what do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you guys think today. We made shorts last night. We closed the shorts. We're going to watch this extravagant. So look, this level must hold $969 billion. If it does not, we're likely to drop down to 930. So far, it did. We got bought back up pretty nicely. How many billions of dollars came back in? We went to a low of 977 billion, and we already came back up to 983. I mean, that's a good amount. That's $6 billion. 983. No, that's $6 million coming back into the market. It's not a lot, but it's good enough to get us going, right? 6 mil real quick, but that doesn't seem right? It seems like it will be way more. So we're expecting a double bottom here. But again, if you can't get back above $1 trillion, expect more downside. That's going to be our line in the sand now. We must break back above $1 trillion. Hands down. If we can't break back above $1 trillion, we're going to have an issue. Definitely, for sure. Without a doubt in my mind, we're going to have an issue. A serious issue. So let's get back to the 30-second chart for Bitcoin, because that's the only way you're going to see what's happening to BTC. That's the only thing you need right now. There's really nothing else you need to be focused on. You get it? Was I on the all-time history index doing that? Where was I in there? Yes. And so now you got your levels. Now you got your levels to watch. Look, see how I formed this? I can find any pattern at any time. I don't care. Give me a 10-second chart. Give me a 2. I don't care what it is. I will figure it out. I will get to the brass tacks. So that did break out like we suggested. So you could have traded that. It's just crazy. But then it couldn't get above resistance. Your patterns are only as good as your next resistance. Your measured move isn't only as good as your next resistance. This is divergence, though, and it did play out so far. Like, you shouldn't make a lower low than that if that is the divergence. You see? That should hold, and we should start to kind of break back up to the upside. That could be the shoulder, the head, and then the elongated shoulder on the right side. Why am I on the 30-second chart? I don't trade the 30-second ever. Okay, why is there a bird on my shoulder? Don't worry about those questions. Worry about why I'm on the 30-second chart. That's the only thing you need to know. You don't need to worry about the bird. The bird is just there to make you feel better about life because it's white and it kind of gives peace and it makes you feel nice. So that's why the bird's there. All right, hands down. He's probably giving me some type of, hello, please don't poke my eye out. What if he just came around and you guys saw me just lose an eyeball like on the live? And I was just like, guys, I'll never see TA again. This bird is destroying my eyes. What would happen? Like, what would we do? UFO quick look close at can't trade big candles, need smaller time frames for the story. Exactly. Bird getting to brass tacks, cleaning himself. You guys are so funny, man. Shout out to the 991 likes on the live stream. 1,000 people liked this today. Unbelievable. How did 1,000 people like this? This is insane. But we're giving you the motion. We're giving you the data. We're showing you how to track Bitcoin on smaller time frames in pumps, in dumps. We're showing you how to handle a dump. You know? That's what we're teaching you. Right now, we're teaching you how to handle a dump. What do you do? What time frames? How do you find out when the bottom is trying to make a bottom? How do you find out when the bleeding is going to stop? How do you figure out any of this information? All right? And you need the smaller time frames to get down. All right? You do. Are each short still doing beautiful? No reason to close it. Could break, stop. What I do is I raise this stop now. My stop loss is somewhere in profit at 20%. You know what I mean? And then just keep it riding. You just keep it riding. Shout out to everybody here on the live. 1,000 likes on the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate that. Very, very nice of you. Very, very nice of you. People ringing the doorbell. Who is that? Who's ringing the doorbell? I don't know. Anyway, all his talk about dubbing, I need to use the toilet now. Silly, man. I heard eye patches are in season. Yo, I think so too. Lunch break, 11:42 p.m. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We're doing great, though. I appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on into the live, being here with the greatest crew in all of crypto. You don't hear us just getting, we're not in Twitter wars with 1,000 people. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We spread love, positivity, and light. If I get attacked, I either send my lawyers or I don't do anything at all and I move on. You know what I mean? If it's so bad I need to protect myself, then I will. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I stay away from the negativity. A pirate's favorite letter is an R. It's C, maybe. That's what my wife said yesterday. I didn't laugh. I was like, that's not funny. She's like, well, you don't get it? It's the C. I'm like, she wanted me to laugh, and I was like, okay. So we might go up a little more. Our resistance, next resistance is how much more the short can pin you. And so look, you go to the short on the 5 minute and you look at what's happening on the short. And if the short's presenting an idea for gains, you know, it's going to do the opposite of what you're seeing on the Bitcoin 30-second chart. You see? So you juxtapose 2 time frames or two different scenarios. So look, possible inverted head and shoulder could get us back up to here, 21,000. And I'm telling you, that's substantial. Why? Because 20,800 is weekly support. We need the support to hold. Very, very important. And let me show you why. If you haven't seen it before, let me just show you why. You're going to go to BTC, USD on Coinbase. Or no, I use so many different charts because I want to show you so many different things, right? So look, I'm on the FTX chart. Why not? I just use multiple. I just go to another exchange. Bitcoin's on so many exchanges, and then you can have access to multiple charts to just like show yourself all different stuff. You can use the grouping tool, but I have so many groups, it gets confusing. It's almost easier just to do it on a chart. So you go to the weekly, all right? Now, what I don't like, and I've been talking about this too, all right, is how, look, all you need is this little structure here. You don't really need much. But so you saw, you know, we had 20,995. That should have held, okay? It did not. Our next level is 20,007, where we're at. See? Where these 2 candles closed. Our next level is this little 545 area, which we kind of wick to. And if we break that, it's 19,300. It's simple. It's simple. You also broke a POC here on the weekly. And usually when you break a POC, you head right here to the next notch that can be substantial. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hit that notch. Okay? This chat is hilarious. Bitcoin's still in range. Lifer to the next level. Liquidity at 20.5 era. Where are you guys from? Where's everybody from in the chat? We got 900 people on the live stream. Where y'all from? Tell me where you guys are from. Each and every one of you guys, girls, ladies, and gentlemen. He, she's, theys, and whatever you want to call yourself. I don't care. As long as you're a being and you love life, that's all that matters. If you're a being and you love life, that's all I care about. Nothing else matters to me. You can't hate on others and you can't use bad words. You know, you got to be a lover. Super chats. Thoughts on HBAR long term? A to 3S. Shout out to the $10. I learned a lot from you. I've been running a chiropractor office and farming for 22 years. Taking your class Wednesday. Time to kick the 5-year plan in gear. Yeah, buddy. Classes every Tuesday, but I get it. Yeah. The bird's making me sweat. I am sweating profusely right now. Why am I sweating so hard? I think I'm sweating because of like the excitement. I don't know. Who knows? So we got people from France. We got people from Maine, Germany, Albania, Romania, Denmark, Italy. Look at this. California, Romania, Wilmington, California, USA, and VA. I'm next door. That's creeping me out. Philippines, Venezuela, Sri Lanka, Amsterdam, Nottingham, Rhode Island, Southern California. Wow, the Philippines, Ghana, Strong Island, Malaysia, Bay Area, Chicago, Queensland, Australia. Wow, we got a crew in here. Arizona, Indonesia, Japan, Russia, Singapore, Detroit, Mexico, Winnipeg, Indonesia, Taiwan, South Korea. This is nuts. Like YouTube connects people around the world, man. Colombia, Salt Lake City. Wow, Texas, Filipino, Italia. Dude, we got lifers from around the world, baby. From around the world. So look, we break this zone right here, we head back down. It's that simple. And it is more likely because we broke the POC. And when you break a POC, just if we had broke it to the upside, I would say it suggests we come up here. Okay? Which we did. When we broke the POC, we had to come to the next high volume node, which, look, we broke the POC here. Where do we go? To the next high volume node. Now we couldn't handle that. We have to come back down. Now we broke that. We probably come down here. $19,000 Bitcoin is more likely. The weekly is about to dump on you. The weekly did dump on you. That's a bearish engulfing candle on the weekly, and it's just getting started. Yes, it could come up and go up and down again. Anything could happen. But that weekly is overbought and is likely to come on down. Now, I showed you there were some anomalies, but the smaller time frames told us what to do. And that's why we shorted the market the way in which we did. Okay? It's not over yet, too. The pain is not over. We're still watching the 30-second chart to see where this will go, to see when it will end. It seems like the majority of the sell-off is starting to wane. And so, you know, whatever news happened. All right? Let's take a look at the ES1 E-mini futures. If you're on the channel, we look at the Dow Jones. We have a thing called the show here, okay? And every single day I go over multiple ideas, all right? What are the ideas that I go over? Well, I go over so much stuff, all right? So here's the deal. If we look at the show here and we look at Bitcoin, we'll look at total. And the idea is we looked at total today. I also like to look at total 3. That's the entire market cap of all the altcoins, all right? And we've been, diving into these every single day. And look, We showed you this rising wedge, and I even have my squiggly line here. I'm like, we could do a bearish retest of that area and dump it. I said, if this tries to come back out, I basically showed you exactly what to do yesterday. You have my lines. I said, look, it's going to dump, probably try to get back in the pattern. If it can't, short it down to this area. That's exactly what it did, dude. My yellow line is right there waiting for you. Now, I didn't know what was going to happen. I said, if it get above this, it could go up parabolic. I said, but it didn't. It made the bearish retest. Once the bearish retest is confirmed, that's where you short. See, everyone wants to know what to do. You got to know support and resistance, and you got to wait for the instance in time. See, that was a moment in time. If we go back to the 15-minute, let's see how that happened. 15-minute came down. That's 2 hours, and then right there, these were the short entries. There was about, you had 1, 2, 3, 15-minute candle. You had 45 minutes. You could have waited to this next candle and waited an hour, but that's where the short began because you saw that you couldn't get above resistance, and the stochastics got high on the dotted line. When you get high on the dotted line and you can't get above resistance, then you must begin to short the market, and you got to do that over and over again. You'll basically, over time, you will gain probability over the market, okay? This is how you use stochastics RSI with support and resistance to understand the probability of where you're going. This is why I was able to call short the last few days, and it was pretty simple for me, all right? And if you do the same things over and over again, you won't get caught up by the news and all that. I don't read news, man. I don't care. I did watch Fred Powell today, and we had to hear what he said. But look, I was short before he spoke. And a lot of this may have played out if he never came on the news today or not. Now, it wouldn't have been as violent and it would have moved as fast. We know some of that. You know, he's pushing and pulling things to happen. But at the same time, you know, what kind of bird is that? It's a king pigeon. A king pigeon, all right? King pigeons, dude. They're some of the most beautiful birds and very smart bird, dude. Like, it's no joke, right? You're smart. Don't poke me in the eye. I don't want to look at you too much. I'm afraid of getting my eye poked out because this bird will bite. I believe these birds bite. Look, but you just stay calm as he bites you, and you basically stay really calm, and you're just like, don't worry, I love you. That doesn't hurt, and you tell yourself it's not gonna hurt. He's not gonna take a chunk of skin off. Oh wow, he really tried to dig in there, but he's just like not sharp enough. He tried to grab that skin on my knuckle. All right. I'm staying down here. I'm not touching you yet. So you like the bird loves you, but it has a safe space, and it's like you can't get in my safe space. If you get in my safe space, I'm taking you out. That's how what he says? He says I'm taking you out. Today's stream is a master class. I mean, we shorted the market beautifully, and I showed you exactly how we did it. All right, and we were able to say another day we went unscathed in some of the craziest market conditions in the world. And because we show up every single day. It's our consistency that leads to our success. Focus is success. If you can stay focused, you will be successful. Pick one thing, do it for 5 years, you'll become successful at it. Then you'll be better at everybody else. Keep your focus. I'd say 90% of people are unable to keep focus properly. So if you can do focus, you're going to end up in the top 1%, top 10% of the world. Very simple stuff. These are very simple concepts to go over in your mind. Find something you love and stay focused at it every single day. In 5 years, you will begin to start to see success. You keep doing that for 5 more years and your life will never be the same, all right? I will never have a boss again for the rest of my life. I will produce videos, produce content, go over my channel, and I will go over Bitcoin every single day. I will put my heart and soul into my technical analysis. I will put all my energy into it, every single thing I have. And if I do that, there should be something coming for me on the other end. You know what I'm saying? I asked my dad to use his credit card to send you $2. Shout out to Andy's Fun World, man. You're so funny, Andy. I hope you really asked him. I hope you didn't take it out of the, whatever. I believe, no, it was done right. It was done right. Bite him back, lifer. No way I would bite that bird. If I go to bite the bird, he will peck my eyes out. He will peck, or she. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. I know Snowy was a girl or a boy, right? My former boss years ago had a pigeon, and he would bite and nibble when you put your finger towards him. Yep. Do you think Bitcoin whales could pump the market if they really want to? Anything is possible, man. That's a funny question, though. This looks similar to the previous bull run starts. We hit bottom, then we bump. Then we test the bottom again. Then boom, baby, boom. Honestly, I take it one day at a time, everybody. One day at a time. We're going to watch this inverted head and shoulder and see if we can break back up the measured move here. It's really crucial we break back into 21K. I showed you its weekly resistance now, our weekly support and resistance, 20,800. So, got another inverted head and shoulder here. Look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder. So look, the last 2 times, the pain was just da, 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 da. The 30-second chart is how we were able to figure out when the bleeding was going to stop. And it's not guaranteed either. definitely a bear flag that could break down. Oop, that could break down. Look how perfectly parallel those lines are. That could break to the downside, right? All the way down to 20,472. Everyone, if you're new and you never see my stream, my name's Sam Price. I started trading 15 years ago. I started buying and selling things. I had no idea what I was doing, but I would look at price action. I got okay at buying. I would wait for a really nasty red day buy. I'd hold for months at a time and then sell on a good green day. Pretty simple strategy. I had no idea how to read charts. It didn't always work out too well, and sometimes it failed. I then started trading stochastics stocks. I got into GVO, a bunch of different charts. I went up and down. I then found gold and silver. I found Mike Maloney. I started buying gold and silver. I found the history of money. I researched the history of money. I became a financial historian. I found the first coin in Egypt, and I took it all the way to the money we have now. I researched the Roman coin, the florin coin, coins in Spain, coins in Europe, and there was 600 or more currencies throughout the world, and not one of them lasted more than 600 years. I started comparing the similarities to the dollar and these currencies, and I saw the dollar looked exactly like these currencies, and it was about to probably eventually get printed to zero. I studied the continental dollar, which our forefathers printed to zero during the Revolutionary War. Because of that, they pegged us to the gold standard and said we should never leave it. 1971, Nixon would take us off the gold standard in Bretton Woods here in New Hampshire. I'll be going to Bretton Woods this weekend, and I'm going to be reporting live from Bretton Woods this weekend. No one's going to be there, but I will do a live stream outside in front of a Bretton Woods area because it is a substantial area in New Hampshire. So we're taking the whole crew this weekend to New Hampshire, and we're actually going to be focused on Bretton Woods. We're going to talk about it. We're going to implement it into the show. So I want to break that down. Bretton Woods was where we lost the gold standard, 1971, Richard Nixon. Once that happened, things went back. We pegged the world currencies to the US dollar, and now we're in shambles. Now you can see the euro is heavily 18% inflation. They're getting clobbered. Now, because we printed money, they had to print me even more money. So they all got hurt worse than we did. The US dollar isn't as inflated as the rest of the world. The world economy is getting beat. This is an equation that could pump Bitcoin. If one of these nations decides, hey, if the people decide, hey, I can't keep holding these, I got to buy some Bitcoin, then the next person, it becomes something that they all do. My God. So that's why Bitcoin's just waiting for one massive pain, economic pain to come, and it's going to bump, and then another country's going to see it, and then it's going to start benefiting, and then it's going to decouple. It may take 4, it may take 3, but we're closer to that area than we were 5-6 years ago. And the more money they keep printing, the better off it gets for everybody here. Okay? You came to the right place. You're in the right place at the right time. If you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life, everybody. So we're going to watch Bitcoin closely. The whole dump, there was a 2-hour dump, and we've been trying to maintain this whole entire time. Let's see if there's any strength in the market, and I'm going to teach you how to find strength in the market. You're going to go to CoinMarketCap right off the bat, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to go to the 24-hour, and you're going to click on that. You're going to see if any coin is actually holding zones in the last 24 hours, and Huobi token still is. Synthetic still is. Chili still is. Neurotrino. So you only really need 3. So we're going to look at Huobi, Synthetics, and Chili's. I've been talking about Huobi for a long time. I believe it could be the next BNB long-term hold because BNB and exchange coins tend to pump really, really nice. I think it's a girl. Can I rub on you like this, or are you going to peck my head if I do that? I'm trying to pet it with my hair, you know. So Bitcoin in a holding pattern, it's more likely to break to the downside if it can't get above this green zone. My green zone is 20,924. If you don't see Bitcoin get back above this, we have an issue. This is also a double bottom. You see it? I'm just seeing it now. Break back to the upside. And we'll go from there. We'll take it, you know. The thing is, I do Bitcoin updates every 2 to 3 hours for my trading group. So 2 to 3 hours from now, I'll be making a video update. Ready to go with as much information as I can to keep you updated. So it's the greatest group to be in my humble opinion. We speak in positive vibes. We do not allow profanity. We don't even usually, memes aren't really encouraged because memes are a waste of space. They don't really produce intelligent behavior. So I like this trading group. We have the 99 where you could jump in and talk. But then we have a learning library where I have video after video, all my information. This will take you 2-3 weeks, like just constant information. From BOOKMAP all the way to divergences, all the way to Fibonacci class, master classes on Fibonacci, support and resistance, you name it. You're going to get what you need in this group here, all right? On top of that, we have everyone here to help you in the learning library and TA questions. Look how many people are in here every day. And what they're doing is they're helping each other, and they're just, you know, they're gaining the vibes, baby. It's amazing. Unreal. So, and so much goes on in here. Look at this guy watching the lifer. I love it. With the bird on his shoulder, man. With the black cat looking at me. Crazy. I love that. We're all around the world, baby. So the Discord is an amazing place to learn and get it in. All right. So really, I'm going to take a look at those strong coins. I'm going to take a look at Huobi token. I think it's, I forget what it's called. I think it's HTR, isn't it? No, it probably is Hub, right? No, let me see. I don't know the ticker for Huobi. HT. Sorry, HT. Forgive me for wasting your time. So we've gone over the dollar index. Oh, I got to go with the S&P too. We're going to take a look at that. Huobi on KuCoin. All right. Look at that. Pumped hard while Bitcoin dumped. Look at that. This thing don't care. So we could always find gains in this market if we're smart, we're attentive, and we pay attention. Look at this. This thing's pumping on the 2-hour time frame. Look, it does not care. It's like Bitcoin. I don't care about you, man. I don't care about you, bro. Last trade we made played out pretty nicely too. Still has the volatility on the daily, but look at that daily ready to go. You kind of say it was like it pumped out this morning and then broke back down with Bitcoin, and then it's back on its way again. Here's resistance. The daily has legs. The 4 hours probably, 4 hour has some room. That's a cup and handle on that. Look at that. That is a cup and handle, hands down. And it also is a bit of a wedge. Wow, Huobi token bullish right now. Look at this, dude. It's about to pump on the 4 hour. Like, it's looking really bullish. Look at that, dude. People must really be waiting on this coin, and when it got low, they jumped on in hard. You know? Look, there's a bit of a cup and a handle there, too. So Huobi broke out of the trend line. Now what you want to do is look for a flag on the 15-minute. It is, dude. This thing looks hot right now. Dude, Huobi is the coin of the day right now. I would be... Dude. And see, if you're not mentally sound, if you did the wrong thing, then you just... A lot of people lost a lot of money today. I'll be honest. A lot of people did not short the market. They listened to some YouTuber. They're like, 100K. I don't know what they were doing. But they let their emotions get the best of them. They didn't learn technical analysis. They didn't get educated, and they got beat. They got beat hard. They really did, right? And then when you get beat hard, now you can't focus and look at the market the way you want. You know, because I didn't get beat hard, I can now sit here and just be like, okay, what's good? And honestly, this looks pretty hot to trot right now. Take a look at the 1 hour. It's probably overbought. It is. So you're going to want to watch this flag play out. And it could just dump on you. Anything is possible. 1 hour is overbought. But Huobi token is on my radar. So when I post something like this, it's on you. You know, you have to keep watching Bitcoin. If Bitcoin dumps, this is going to dump right back down to the pattern. Hands down. It's not sustainable. Like, you know, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. It's high risk. So I watched this on the 15-minute. 15-minute might get you a bit of a pump here. Huobi token is a stronger coin compared to the rest of the market, hands down. It has a measured move up to 627 if the 4 hour can play out. We're going to wait for a retest or some type of bounce off support of resistance and this flag on the 1 hour. And see, there's so much more to talk about than just post a chart. A lot of times I have to kind of go in depth, right? Everybody, I think a lot of people forget that every single thing I talk about is timestamped on the live stream. It's timestamped. So you can go to the timestamp and get your education, all right? Go to the timestamp and get your education, all right? Super important. Strong coin right now. So Huobi token, strong coin, all right? Only need a few to get you through the couple days, and then you get back into brass tacks when the whole market kind of comes back into fruition. So I do this. I've been doing this for years. Every time Bitcoin takes a dump, I look for the strong coins. I trade only the strong coins. All right. Sorry, that's my workout. And I have it on Dropbox so I can take it anywhere I go in the world. You see that? You got to make things accessible for yourself if you want to get it done. Let's take a look at CHG. CHG's been hot too. And is the World Cup coming up? I think it is, right? And CHG should get some World Cup love. We talked about CHG right here. Look at this in this flag. Dude, I thought we were buying CHG down here in this cup and handle. Look at that. It is up 100 since we started getting into it. It's up 192% from that cup and handle that I drew. That never hit a stop loss. Look. And people ask me why I draw the cup and handles. I mean, boom. It did come back down to that resistance zone, but to break even, but then it was gone. And it never hit the stop loss. This thing was just lovely. So CHG's been a beautiful move. We'll delete everything. We'll kind of look at it again here fresh. I saw a cup and handle out of the corner of my eye. Emerging cup and handle. You tell me. Probably some bearish divergence there, but we'll see. So we're in this channel right now. And again, this doesn't seem to care about Bitcoin, right? This against Bitcoin will be good. The BTC pairs. So we're also going to look at some BTC pairs, and we're going to find strength in the market. there's always something to take advantage of. Like today, some Bitcoin pairs probably pumped because some alts didn't drop. Like the Huobi Bitcoin pair, if it is one, did great. The CHZ Bitcoin pair did great. Because why? Because we know that it didn't dump like Bitcoin. If it didn't dump like Bitcoin, then it held against Bitcoin. If it held against Bitcoin, then you can play the BTC pair. So you want to look at the 4-hour time frame, and if it's overbought, it is. I mean, CHZ at the bottom of the channel, and that's what's called an emerging cup and handle. I've coined that phrase. I've never heard it before, but to me it is. Or then we call it the Nike cup and handle, whatever you want to call it. Last night someone called it the Nike cup and handle because it's like a Nike symbol in a way. But that's an emerging cup and handle with a measured move, wick to wick of the cup and handle to the upside. Take you to about 33, right? So 23 to 33, possibly 40 to 50% gains coming out of CHZ on the 4-hour time frame. It's got slight hidden bullish divergence as well. That's interesting. That's why I played the short on ETH, right? Because look, that's a sharp swing up, but that's flat. That's hidden bullish. And it's not perfect hit. It's not like Class A, but it's Class B hidden bullish divergence for sure. CHZ on my radar for possible gains. Now, Bitcoin could dump and take the whole market down. You're in high-risk territory for sure, but I'm just presenting you things that look promising, all right? And CHZ looks like it could pump hard, and it's coming into the market. I think I just posted the same thing twice accidentally, but don't worry. Also have to travel tonight. We'll be traveling for a little bit tonight, but I'll be in the charts with my iPad. You know how I do. I hope that that Wi-Fi is good at my location, you know. APL finally broke up 10% too. We put out APL a long ways ago. Apollo, remember, it was getting tighter and tighter in the zone, and it banged on you. Look, it even went up a little more wick to 13%, and it's actually still holding a nice 5% gains, Apollo. It wasn't amazing, but I'm just saying it didn't lose, and it was in a tight channel, and honestly, that channel can get extended. I'm going to redraw that. I believe that still is in waiting for a massive gain to the upside. It also didn't drop compared to Bitcoin. We will have to wait for the 4-hour to maybe reset. 1 hour to reset, right? We'll see where it ends up. But the pattern still, even if it goes a little lower, we could get a falling wedge. We're close to that 618. This is showing signs of life, and it's not really losing its peg too bad. So, not its peg, but, it's not getting beat down by the market like it should be. All right? Let me take a look at the Super Chats. I didn't get to get into them as much as I did. Let me make sure if I didn't miss any. Super Chats. Thoughts on HBAR, long-term hold, A3S, and STG. Let's take a look at STG. We were looking at it last night. Stargate Finance has been hot. Let's see here on KuCoin. So, that's your line in the sand. If you can bounce there, look, previous resistance becomes new support. You're oversold. That's cup and handle-esque, all right? And that's really what a cup and handle is. It's price action, like hitting a new support zone, And again, you don't even have to draw this as a cup and handle, but it represents it somewhat. All you have to know is support or resistance and the fact that previous resistance becomes new support, okay? Everyone's realizing the other channels that they used to watch just didn't give them the data that they wanted. They watched all these dumps and pumps. They had no idea what was going on. They had no access to information. They were watching people eat socks, and they weren't sure if that was really TA or not. And now they realize, they're like, yeah, I was probably wasting my time. If you want to change your life, you got to be around someone that takes it very, that's professional, that takes it seriously. You know what I mean? I'm dead serious. Like, I'm not joking around, too. So, look, falling wedges break to the upside. 15-minute wants to break up. I'm looking at Stargate Finance as a possible move here. All right? If anything's going to pump, it's going to be Stargate. Had a lot of people into it just the last few days. Oversold on the 1 hour. Coming down on the 4 hour. Holding support. Let's take a look at the daily, though. Daily is a little overbought. That worrisome to me that you might have a bit of trouble here. Okay? Let's take a look at our moving averages. Slap them back on. I want to see how far away we are from the 21-day moving average. 21's right there. The daily usually wants to come back down to it. You also pull a Fibonacci on the zone. Wow, that got really close to my eye. Like, he might grab my left eye just to keep himself from falling. Who knows? Anything is possible. It could come back down to the 618 golden pocket. That's a healthy retracement. So, a low-risk person wouldn't touch this. If you're low risk, you have to wait for this to reset and come on down. If you're more high risk, you just get, you see that 4 hours pending, you see that the 1 hour is pending, and you're like, man, I could get a scalp out of that. Now, you may, but when you do that, you must heed that the daily's not in your favor. Stargate Finance could break up another 47%, though, for sure, on the 1 hour or the 4 hour time frame. It's possible. It's holding, this level has to hold. Or if it can come down, maybe bounce there off this POC sticking out. But I like the retest right now. Possible retest for Stargate Finance. All right. Now, just because I put this out doesn't mean it's guaranteed to pump. I want to make that really clear. That would mean that everything I place is 100%. And I'm not, I've never met a human being that's 100% trading. Just doesn't happen. It's based on probabilities. I'm based on the probability that we're revisiting, based on the retest of the previous resistance. See? See how that works? Based on the retest of the previous resistance. Rework your subconscious brain. Become the greatest thing that you know in your life. You can do it. I believe in you. You know? I believe in you. And then you got Chili Synthetics who OBC. See how we're doing the due diligence? We're doing the due diligence. Funny, right? We're doing the diligence. Let's get back into BTC. Holding the zone, but barely. And now you just got to be real with your support and resistance line. You got to be, well, where's our next? Now we got resistance here. 20,800 is an issue. You are getting tighter and tighter. Look at this. You're getting so tight. And see, when Bitcoin does this on the weekly, I say huge move coming for Bitcoin. Right? So, huge move is coming for Bitcoin. Symmetrical triangle breaks up either way. Let's take the whole. So, if this breaks out, to me, it's a bear flag. Most likely breaking down. 21,072. If it breaks to the downside, you're talking 20,500. All right? So, levels to watch. Can you double, you're attempting a double bottom here. You're attempting one. Will you hold it is the question. I'll keep everybody updated throughout the day. Thank you so much for being here. This is the 30-second chart for Bitcoin. We had to go to it. I didn't want to, but it was the easiest way to be able to track where Bitcoin was going to go and to be able to find out what's happening for the rest of the day. Bitcoin must break back above 20,000, 21,000 to remain bullish. If Bitcoin stays below 21K, I would expect more downside. Right now, it's battling 20,800 to see if it can get above the zone. I showed you some strong coins. I'm going to search the market. Obviously, don't jump into trades. We want to see kind of what happens. Let the dust settle before we jump back in. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment. I like HBAR. I think it's a good project. I don't own any long-term, though. It's all right. Deep dive on fraction protocol. Oh, he wants me to Fractal protocol. All right. You asked yesterday, and I forgot. So sorry. Let me finish. Fractal protocol. I am starving today. I haven't eaten anything yet today, and I've been going at the speed of light. $2 million market cap. All right. Only has an Ethereum address. Right off the bat, I don't like it because it's not multi-chain. I'm a multi-chain guy. All right. When I get into a coin, I want it to be multi-chain. What does multi-chain even mean? I want it to have multiple addresses on multiple chains. All right. Like, let me show you. You want to go to a coin here like Phantom. You want to type in Phantom FTM. And I finally had to rest my shoulder, man. And Phantom at 28, right? I knew we were going to get cheaper prices. And you go here and you can see multiple addresses. A BEP20 address, a Binance Smart Chain, a Solana, a Celo, right? And it's just like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it. Listening, LOL. Shout out to Roddy. I'm here washing the car. Listening. I'll tell you what will happen first. Bitcoin to 15K. Later, Bitcoin to 200,000. Man, I'm going to eat that bird. Rodney, you can't eat every bird. You can't eat everything that exists, Rodney. Some things you can't eat, Rodney, okay? Rodney, you can't eat everything, all right, man? Jesus, leave the bird alone. It's my bird, man. I'm going to come up. He's going to fly all the way to Boston. I'm going to come home one day. He's going to be at my front steps eating this bird. He's like, fried chicken, baby. I'm like, Rodney, no. Rodney, no. What are you doing, Rodney? No. I could get almost 2 sandwiches out of that. You're giving me a freaking, it hurts, bro. I just got a cramp in my abdominal muscle. No, it really, my muscle and my back cramp because I'm holding the bird up on my shoulder, which is causing pain on my lap. I'm resting my shoulders, bird. You're going to fall off. I don't care at this point. My life is so ridiculous, man. I love you all. I'm out for the day, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to keep you in contact with what's happening, we'll still be able to pull some gains. We got ETH short. We nailed it. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Pigeon Pot Pie, that's so funny, man. So this is the shape that you're looking at. We identified it. Look, we were able to figure out where price action was, what it was doing pretty fast, right? And if you stay with me and you stick with my group, you're going to have skills you never thought imaginable. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Oh, FRACTAL protocol. Sorry, I forgot. The bird got me distracted. No excuses. Stay focused, Sam. 1 to 1,000. Say hi to every top NFT you love. Explore FRACTAL NFT pool. Okay, so FRACTAL takes great NFTs and turns them into small pieces so you can buy pieces of them. That's what it does. I like it. It's a good idea. NFTs are big. People like NFTs. I can see this growing. I see what's going on. It took me 2 seconds to figure out what their whole premise was. Okay. FRACTAL protocol. I want to look at their Twitter, how many Twitter follows they got. I want to look at their Telegram, what's going on. 27,005. That's not bad. I don't know much about the project, though. I still got to do my thing. All right. Say hi to everyone. FRACTAL protocol provides permissionless liquidity and Oracle for all kinds of NFT collectibles. Buy your favorite top NFT in any amount. That's pretty cool. So it pegs an NFT to a derivative kind of, and then you can buy any portions of those derivatives or pieces. Like an ETF in a way. They got HIBC, HPunks. So they put an H next to it. So that was high BAYC. Is an ERC20 token pegged to the BAC and by fractionalization. One high BAC token represents 1/1000th of BAC in an on-chain BAC meta swap pool operating by the FRACTAL protocol. The circulating supply. Wow, this is interesting. I like it. It's unique. It could do something different. It's 113. Where could someone take a gander on this coin? It's on KuCoin FT. Let's take a look at FT on KuCoin. Thank you so much for the deep dive on FRACTAL. You now presented us with some good information, some good vibes, and we could take a look at a possible good project. It just came out, which I love. I love me some just came out, and it's in a cup and handle. Look at that. Yes, it did a bit of a dive today because of the market, and it's a new coin. It can't handle the liquidity issues, but still a cup and handle. Let's mark our support and resistance lines. This is something we may have fun playing with. If it can hold its own and Bitcoin can bounce back up, this has got low liquidity, $2 million market cap. I mean, it takes nothing for this thing to get some gains. I'm not guaranteeing it at all. I'm saying you got to do your own technical analysis on it, and I have to reassess the situation as well. However, the 1 hour, if you can hold resistance, and hold that zone with the POC, it's a pretty good deal. Also, there's bullish divergence in the 1 hour. You have swing up to swing up here on the RSI, but you have swing down to swing down here on the price action. You won't get it anywhere else as fast as this. This is the best TA you're going to find in the game because I do it every single day without taking time off. And every single person that competes with me takes time off. And so I'm just going to get better than they are over time, hands down. And that's just the basis of life, right? I always talk about Kobe Bryant. I always talk about the 4Ds every day here now. We should make this a segment, everybody. If you could do it, Porter Rock. You must live in the 4Ds. My name is Sam Price, cryptolifer. And today I want to talk about the 4Ds and how they got me where I am today. My first is desire. I had a desire to change my life. I didn't want to live the same way anymore. I wanted bigger and better things. I wanted to fly around the world. I wanted to take my friends to dinner. I wanted to buy my mom stuff. I wanted to change the world. I wanted to be able to donate to the poor. So I had a desire to change the world. I had a desire to become bigger than I was. I had a desire to make more of myself than I had. Number one. Number two, I began to dedicate myself to cryptocurrency and to my YouTube channel. I started to dedicate myself to one thing, dedication. Number three, I began to find that I needed discipline to stay dedicated. Otherwise, I wasn't able to stay dedicated. So through working out every day, through starting a schedule and staying disciplined, I was able to maintain my dedication. And then I stayed determined because I hit roadblocks. People, threw things at me. Things didn't go my way every single time. I stayed strong, I stayed true, and I stayed determined. With the 4Ds, I was able to change my life. You can too. Desire, dedication, discipline, determination. I'll see you on the next live stream. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Oh, I should do that in the other way. I get it. I messed up. Hold up. We got to do it one more time. Even though I look funky. Hi, my name is Sam Price, professional crypto trader. Hi, my name is Sam Price, professional crypto YouTuber and professional trader. Hi, my name is Sam Price, professional crypto trader. And I became successful starting my own business, fired my own boss, and live in my dreams now. How did I do that? Well, the first thing I did is I lived with desire. I'm going to teach you about the 4 Ds that changed my life. The first one is desire. I had a desire to change my life, a desire to be different, a desire to donate money to the poor, a desire to build a bigger home, a desire to take my family out, a desire just to have a bigger life than I had, a desire to go to further heights than I thought possible, a desire to go all the way, my friends. I'm not going to bite. Don't bite me, Bert. Now, the thing about this is, so you start with the desire. Then you stay dedicated. I dedicated myself to cryptocurrency and to one YouTube channel every single day. I found my dedication, okay? Then I had to stay disciplined and able to continue to stay dedicated because it's not that easy. And so I found ways to stay disciplined, working out every day, drinking lemon water, keeping my mind right. Through discipline, I was able to stay dedicated. And then I had to be determined because there was times when obstacles were in my way and it felt like I wasn't going to get where I wanted to go. But I needed to stay determined. Just like that bird stayed determined to stay on my shoulder. Even though he almost fell off, he stayed on, right? He's determined. So the 4 Ds, you must have the desire. You must be dedicated. You must have the discipline and the determination. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you back on the next live stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. Remember, it's going to be 8 p.m. at night. I will do a Bitcoin update in the morning. Shout out to my team that helps me roll. Shout out to the Blue Crew. Shout out to the chat revenue. Shout out to the 1,085 likes and every single people here on the live. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Crypto is life.